swinging away, lines one, left center field. Maven coming in, he can't get it. And the A's are going to win the game as Marcus Semien slides home. Unbelievable. It was a wild one last night that went the green and gold's way. This young A's team has shown fight all season long, and last night was no different against the first place Houston Astros. Today, it's the A's and the Astros again, but we're going to play two. A doubleheader from the Coliseum, and it starts right now. Well, the big walk-off win last night. The A's indeed will play two today as Daniel Gossett's going to get the start in Game 1 of the doubleheader. It's the Oakland A's and the Houston Astros coming up on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. The A's hit 4 home runs last night in that wild win. They now have 201 home runs on the year. And Ray, last night they needed all the home runs, and of course they got 4, and the big one by Marcus Semien.
Well, an assortment of home runs hit by the Athletics. How about a rookie getting the A's on the board to tie the game? That was Matt Chapman. Hit a breaking ball. It went out very, very quickly. I thought Matt Joyce is going to hit the next one, the straightaway center. This is an ongoing career high for the A's right fielder, sometimes left fielder. That got the A's back to close, but this was the big one. The A's were down 4. One swing of the bat for Marcus Semien, his 3rd career grand slam, 2nd of this season. And then this one, another hanging breaking ball, and Boog Powell tied the game before Jed Lowry won it. But 4 home runs, 5th time the A's over 200 home runs in a season. They needed all of them last night, like my partner said.
Pitching matchup, Daniel Gossett and Charlie Morton. Gossett facing the Astros for the 3rd time. And for Charlie Morton, quietly having a very, very good year.
Well, Daniel Gossett would like to pick up a win against a very good ball club. He'd like to get a win in general because he knows that his time is limited in the month of September. He's not going to have a lot of starts. But for Charlie Morton, the A's saw him in Houston. Chris Davis hit a couple of home runs to right field on pitches outside. He's got a great fastball, a great slider. He's a very good pitcher, but the A's need to be able to approach him like Chris Davis did in Houston.
Well, the evening certainly ended well last night with the walk-off win. We'll see what happens today. A doubleheader between the Oakland A's and the Houston Astros. Game 1 is coming up. We'll have lineups and first pitch right after this.
A's Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only.
So here come Daniel Gossett and the Athletics. Game one of the doubleheader on a beautiful Saturday in the Bay Area. Game time weather for today presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. Nice day. 75 degrees. All kinds of sunshine high above us. Not a cloud in the sky. So it's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a nice day weather-wise for the doubleheader. Game one starting lineup for the Houston Astros is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and here it is. George Springer will be in right. Alex Bregman back in the lineup. He's at third. Altuve's at second. Carlos Correa will DH in the first game. Marwin Gonzalez is the shortstop. Tyler White's at first. Derek Fisher's in left. And it's Jake Marisnick and Juan Centeno.
Daniel Gossett, who has lost his last two starts. He's lost two to Houston Astros this season, so a perfect time for him to pick up a victory and for the A's to win their second in a row against this Houston Astros team. And for Gossett, good fastball, a sneaky fastball, and a good curveball, and just trying to keep the Astros off the board, especially early in the game.
Defensively behind Gossett, Davis, Powell, and Joyce in the outfield. Chapman, Simeon, Lowry, and Olsen on the infield. Josh Begley gets the start in game one of the doubleheader, so we're set for baseball. Second doubleheader this year for the A's. They had one in St. Petersburg.
A scheduled doubleheader.
That was a schedule. Yep.
A bit different for today, a makeup, but still for the fans.
When the heck was that? Was that in June?
I think so.
Yep, June 10th. So the first pitch of the ball game to Springer is a strike. So 107. First pitch.
That doubleheader was indoors, though. This is outdoors, man. This is beautiful sky, beautiful day, and this is a long day, probably. DJ Rayburn calling balls and strikes. Nick Marley, Ramon DeJesus, and the crew chief Sam Holbrook rounded out. That's Holbrook. He's at third. It's kind of the way they do it. DJ Rayburn gets the second game off. Greg Gibson, who was here last night, probably would be behind the plate. And Mr. Marley's going to get the doubleheader as fill in and probably back to normal tomorrow for the series finale. Let's see. There's a game tomorrow. That's right.
Yes, there is. Schedule don't lie.
Yeah, I had to think about that.
Springer swings and misses, and the doubleheader starts on a Gossett strikeout of George Springer, one away.
And that's exactly where the curveball needs to be thrown by Gossett. Have it finished down there where Fegley catches the ball after the swing, but if it starts about belt high, ends up down close to the ground, that's an outstanding 12-6 curveball, and he just threw a very good one. That's what you want. Don't like hangers, because last night the A's took advantage. I can think of 3 hangers that the hitters got and helped them win the ball game.
Pitchcast is brought to you by Penn Fed Credit Union. .53% fastballs. Look at the curveball. Opponent's hitting just 160. Throws it 14% of the time. It's a good pitch. You're going to see good curveballs from both the starters. Charlie Morton has a very good curveball, one of the best in baseball.
See, the curveball that he just threw is not exactly what he wanted, although it was a good one to get a strike. There's Morton, who probably was told about Chris Davis in Houston. Don't give him anything good to hit. Well, he hit 2 home runs to right field. So, I mean, he does have good stuff, and the A's know that going into this game, Morton is good. Peacock's pitched well in the second game, but for Gossett and Mengden, trying to show a lot of people that they can play at this level. There's Chris Davis. He's proven he can. 1 home run away from 41 RBI away from 100.
A little bit high. 2-2 to Bregman. Bregman was not in the lineup last night. He came in the 9th inning as a defensive replacement. There's a line drive. Chapman jumps up to grab it, 2 away.
Well, the hot corner, it's amazing. The young man can play some outstanding. Look how deep he's playing. He has a very strong arm, so he can give up the really in front of the bag and even with the bag. But 2 strikes, he's playing back anyway. But probably a little jump that showing off his jumping ability, brought his legs up, and probably unnecessary. But it's a good way to start.
So with 2 outs, here's Altuve. First pitch is a strike. Altuve with 2 more hits in last night's game. He now has 185 hits on the year, leading all of baseball in hitting with a .352 average. Had a homer, a couple of RBIs, and a couple of runs scored, and he's got another hit.
See, that's a hanger. Yep. That's not the one you want to throw. You want it to the Springer. He threw a good one to Springer, we showed, but then hung one to Bregman, took it, and this 0-1 curveball. Look how much it stays up. And for a hitter, staying back, and Altuve has got the magic one anyway. Just another base hit. Hit the double to right center last night, the home run to left field. Single to lead off this game, or his first hit of the game.
So here is Carlos Correa, who's DHing in game 1 of the doubleheader. 1 for 5 last night. Keep an eye on Altuve. This is why he's the American League, probably the leading candidate for MVP. His American League ranks in runs, hits, doubles, average. He leads the league in stolen bases. He's always, well, not always, but the last 2-3 years, he's been in the MVP conversation. It seems like each year it becomes more and more of a possibility. And last year he had a real good chance to win it, but this year it seems like he has his best chance to win it.
And especially with Trout spending some time on the disabled list, which who knows if that will affect him or not, or affect Trout and the decision makers.
Altuve, his .352 average, his first. Avisail Garcia from the White Sox is second at .321, so pretty good chance he's going to win the batting title.
This might be a case where he runs. If he's there and it's a ball, he's in score position. If not, doesn't matter.
So a swinging strikeout, a couple of strikeouts for Daniel Gossett in the top of the first. Bottom of the first coming up. Here's the Athletic starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Simeon, Joyce, Lowry, Davis, Olsen, Healy, Chapman, Powell, and Fegley. And here is the Astros starter for game 1.
I faced the A's back in late April, and he struck out 12, did not walk about it. Very good in the curveball usage. Like you said, Kyle, he likes to throw it, especially to the lefties, but has a good fastball. Mid to upper 90s. Changed a lot of things in his repertoire, especially after joining the Astros.
Fisher, Marisnik, Springer in the outfield. Bregman, Gonzalez, Altuve, White on the infield, and Juan Centeno is the catcher. Morton's first pitch to Simeon is in for a strike. Charlie Morton, 33-year-old right-hander. First year of a 2-year free agent contract he signed with the Houston Astros.
With his record, looks like it's a paid-off deal for them. It's always talk about getting Verlander to add to Keuchel, but this young man's pitched well.
It's the start Ray just mentioned. He was very good. Right on the outside corner, first strike. He's got really, really good stuff. I'm surprised that he hasn't won more in his big league career.
That's a two-seam fastball down and in to Marcus Semien. Marcus may not get the hanging slider he got from Luke Gregerson last night. He might not get it the rest of this series. But he took advantage of it last night, and his third career grand slam. That's a good curveball.
The grand slam turned a 7-3 game into a 7-7 game. Down the left field line, and that's going to fall fair. Fisher, the left fielder, was playing well into left center field. He was a long, long ways off the line. And Simeon has a double.
That's unbelievable. Time now for the Nissan keys of the game. Of course, for the Athletics, they'd like to build off the walk-off. And after 10 losses to the Astros, good time to do it last night with the walk-off. And bottom line for the A's, they hit a lot of home runs over 200 for the 5th season, but they need to work on that one part of the game. The 2-out run batted in. Hit, and if they can get that, Jed Lowry did it last night with the walk-off, although not with 2 outs, but got the job done. Thought it was interesting, and he faked that first pitch bunt and then set up for a good fastball. Chapman hit a 2-run home run. Matt Joyce the solo, but the A's would like to get some of the big hits, and the home runs are great. Got them back in the game last night, but get the walk-off, get the win on a base hit. Matt Joyce just swinging a great bat. This is September and still swinging very well. Got a high fastball from Colin Pugh, and he sent it to straightaway center field. He would have to leave the game after the 3rd inning, but not before he gave up the 2-run home run to Chapman, and that solo to Joyce, and had the lead, but had to leave.
The 23 homers, 63 RBIs for Matt Joyce.
Kip, you're right about Fisher. He was playing so far off the line. It's almost like they were playing the Crawford boxes in left field at Minute Maid Park. They've played well off the line. Maybe they just didn't think that he's going to pull a fastball and got a slow curveball.
He has indeed turned his season around.
Look how long he was under 200, and now comes into the game hitting .243.
1-2 pitch is low. 2-2 the count.
To the old saying is, it's really how you finish, because you like to go in the offseason. We've talked about the pitchers pitching well to give the confidence to the staff going into the offseason and what it's going to be like next year. Same for a hitter in the case of Matt Joyce, to finish very strongly, and he could be very positive. The club can be positive going into the offseason.
And there's that Morton curveball, and it's a good one. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Jed Lowry, the walk-off hero last night.
This pitch from Ken Giles after the first pitch breaking ball, that he faked the bunt. And a little surprising that the play, watching that from Maven, he kind of came up short instead of going for the ball.
The line
And
drive,
if it's going to be a game winner,
that was coming, Jed.
maybe you give up your body, you maybe dive for it and keep going after it. And just watching that replay, how he started and stopped. Wasn't going to throw him out. Good base running by Marcus Semien.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think the risk reward to diving kind of changes a little bit, because if you dive and you don't get it, the game's going to be over anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
And he kind of didn't do either.
Yeah.
But if you dive and catch it, well, now you got one out, and maybe, all of a sudden,
it may be two if Semien keeps running.
I mean, you know, we talk about when's a good time to dive, when's not a good time to dive, and to me, that was the time to do it, because you're already in a little bit of a desperate situation, anyways.
Yeah. Now, leading off an inning, forget it. You don't want to put the guy in score position, but that was the game winner. And Joy, just watching that great replay, and just the guys that just showed that he started and stopped, and he's never going to throw anybody out in that situation.
So 1-2 to Lowry, 12 home runs, 51 RBIs. That was Lowry's only hit last night, and it was a game winner. Well, we got 2 questions in from answers from him last night in the postgame before he.
And he was willing to stay.
Pied. He hung in there.
And he was willing to stay. That's remarkable, because sometimes guys say, that's it, I'm done. But you have to anticipate, if it's a walk-off, what you're going to get. And it just.
That's why we probably need to shorten our questions a little bit to see if we could. I guess our goal should be to get 3 answers out of our walk-off guests, because they're going to get it.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, took a little longer than normal.
The A's have had plenty of walk-offs this year, so you know it's something that you have to have the pies ready. But maybe they took a little bit too long last night.
1-2 pitch fouled straight back by Lowry. 95 miles an hour from Morton.
Cap, you're right about the curveball, and he throws it a lot. Predominantly, the majority of the time he'll throw it against lefties, and you can see how sharply it bites for the lefty to try to catch it. And getting Joyce on the curveball, that was a huge out, because it keeps Semien at second.
Chris Davis to follow here in the bottom of the first. Strike 3 call. Snap that one off.
Well, Chris Davis in Houston, back on the 28th. This one away. A sweeping ball that just went to right field. A man so strong anyway, and another one more towards the middle of the plate. But both to opposite field. Told after the fact that they were told, do not give Chris Davis anything where he can extend his arms. Well, he did it twice, and both times he didn't even try to pull the ball. Opposite field, where he's hit, of his 39 home runs, probably more than you'd ever think about a big home run hitter, but that's how much power he has.
He'll take a base hit here. Semien at second. He led off the bottom of the first with a double. A little bit inside with a fastball.
How about that? 13 to right field, 15 to center. 28 of 39. That's amazing if you think about, because he doesn't try to open up and pull. He just has the power. You make a mistake, and he will take you out any part of the park.
2-0.
You know, the one thing, Cap, and we've seen it with Morton, the one start he made against the A's in Houston, that against the righties, he's a different pitcher than he is against the lefties. And I think Chris Davis proved it in Houston. Not the curveball. There was a kind of a sweeping slider cutter that he throws, and then the fastball, both to right field.
See what he throws. Davis on 2-0. Sinker, and it's 3-0. Close pitch.
But you know what? I'd swing 3-0, because this is so unusual that with first base open, a left-hander in the on-deck circle. But it may be a reverse psychology right here, because he pitches better against lefties. He struck out 2 lefties with curveballs, and even though a lefty's in the on-deck circle, he probably feels more comfortable facing Olsen with first and second instead of challenging or giving in to Chris Davis. See what he does. 3-0. It shouldn't be something other than a fastball. Should have been swinging. That's it. Might be the best pitch.
So there it is. That's the left-handed batter's average against Charlie Morton. 161.
I don't know Zach Godley that much, but those other 4 have outstanding curveballs. Do know that.
Oh, fastball. Yeah, the league, doesn't matter whether you're right-handed or left-handed, hitting 109 against the Charlie Morton curveball. That is the best among American League starters. 109.
But I would venture to say, if you're at home with percentage curveball, 44.5. But if you're watching and you count how many curveball strikeouts he gets on the curveball to lefties versus righties, I bet it's probably going to be predominantly left-handed hitters.
3-2 pitch, and there was the breaking ball, and it was a good one. So a leadoff double by Simeon, but then Charlie Morton strikes out the next 3 hitters. No score after 1. Customers say, show me the Oakland A's in your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. No score, top of the 2nd inning. I think those guys are just getting started. They could go 3 meals here today.
In the first game.
Yeah, you get a good start, 1st or 2nd inning, and then you probably got to have something in between games, right?
Well, of course.
And then around the 5th or 6th inning of game 2, or maybe you wrap it up with giant dessert. You cannot tell me that this is the only meal that those gentlemen are going to have. Crushing some wings right there. 2-0 to Marwin Gonzalez. Tyler White and Derek Fisher will follow.
If you think about a doubleheader, at least 18 innings, maybe more. And the food trucks and the concession stands.
Oh, here we go.
All
right, here we go. Food trucks. I'm just teasing you. Right?
Well, you won't be teasing when they bring some food up here, will you?
Fine. So whoever had the 2nd inning wins the pool.
Yeah, but see, they don't hear us out there. They only hear the radio. That's why you have to do it in advance of the game. Like yesterday, about midway through the 1st game, after we've already had our press row, and then making it up maybe mid-game of the 1st game. Be ready, because not going to be much time between games, and I don't think those snacks are going to be very tasteful. I mean, they'll be good, but it'd be nice to have some food trucks. So 2 times in the 2nd.
Yeah, whoever had the 2nd inning wins the pool.
Gee, you've been listening to the radio guys. They get all over me on the radio side, but then they eat the food when it comes up.
Like that.
Oh.
It's famous.
That's huge.
That's good. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Gonzalez playing shortstop today.
Played a lot there whenever Correa was on the disabled list. I saw him playing there. As a matter of fact, Bregman played somewhat short, but mostly at 3rd.
Gonzalez played 3rd base last night. So he bounces all over the place. But
well, this is the September call-ups in a doubleheader. Normally, in a doubleheader, through the first 5 months, you can bring up a 26th player. But with the September call-ups, you've got a whole bunch of players, maybe 10 to 12 more than the 30, 25, 26.
6 different positions he has played, and not just a little bit. Right field just a couple of games. And he lines one center field, a base hit. So pretty good at bat by Marwin Gonzalez. So he's got a leadoff single, and let's check in with Angela.
Well, Jarrell Cotton is from the British Virgin Islands, where Hurricane Irma has just devastated, and I was able to speak to him in the clubhouse earlier about it. He said his family is okay. His uncle is in St. Thomas and is okay as well. His dad's roof is completely gone, as is 90% of the roofs on all of the houses on the island, and his high school was destroyed. But when I asked him about how that affected him going to the game last night, he said it didn't weigh too much or too heavily on him, as he zones everything out when he is on the mound. But most importantly is that his family is okay. Guys, back to you in the booth.
All right, so we thoughts and prayers with those folks, and looks like it is just about hit Florida.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough couple days.
Well, the A's hitting coach Darren Bush, as I mentioned last night, and that's going to be really tough as he thinks about what's going on there. But fortunately for Darren, his family is here. Just like Jed Lowry brought his family in. There's Darren Bush, and I mean he's going to have a doubleheader today for his hitters, but he's also got to be thinking about Florida. I know when we go to St. Pete and have the off day in Tampa and play the Rays, he usually goes home, checks on everything, does a little fishing, but man, it's got to be so hard to keep the concentration here when 3,000 miles away. You just can't even imagine what's about to happen.
0-1 to Tyler White, the first baseman. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Tyler White. And in the big leagues a couple times this year with the Astros.
Let's see, he was at last year when Ian Kinsler let the ball drop. And he ended up at first. The runner at second was forced to second. Everybody, what's going on? Well, it's something that you try to do to get a slower guy on base, and Kinsler did it perfectly.
White, another good season in AAA, 25 home runs. Gurriel playing first base for the Astros. Gurriel has a long contract. Not a lot of at-bats there. Fastball is high. Astros come in with an 86-54 record, trying to hold off the Indians for the best record in the American League. And of course the Indians won again today. That game just went final. They beat the Orioles 4-2. So the winning streak continues. It is now at 17 consecutive wins. Swing and a miss. White strikes out. So that is out number one. Of course, the best record gets home field advantage throughout the postseason and
in the 7th position, left fielder,
World Series as well. So the Astros now just a one-game lead over the Indians for that best record. The Dodgers, who have really been struggling, but they still have a 5-game lead over the Nationals. Dodgers have lost 12 out of 13, I believe, is the number, which is very hard to believe. 8 in a row.
And so the 2 games difference. After the end of the day, it will be even for the Astros and the Indians. So there is some attention being paid. You know, the thing about the Orioles, they've got a good ball club. I mean, I know the A's won the 20 in a row. They've played good clubs. The Royals, the Twins going down the stretch. They lost the Twins after winning the 20th game here in Oakland. Lost the 21st, actually going for 21 in Minnesota. Brad Radke beat them.
Derek Fisher skies one toward the left field corner, and it is a fair ball and a nice play by Chris Davis. Marwin Gonzalez with heads-up base running. He tags up and he goes to second.
That ball just kept going, and Fisher showing his power and seeing why his name surfaced at the trade deadline. That kind of power going to the opposite field by Fisher. And But Marvin Gonzalez, I think anybody with any sense of tagging, regardless, this ball is a very difficult play. You've got the sun, and then you're a long way away, and basically realized it was going to be caught, which is surprising. That's a long run for Chris Davis, but he made the catch, and Gonzalez able to get in the scoring position.
So here's Jake Marisnick. Marisnick, the 8th place hitter. Pinch runner last night. He's probably going to lose a little playing time with Cameron Maybin.
Yeah,
now
you're
in
right.
Astros uniform. Marisnick at 246. He does have 16 home runs on the year. Blocked nicely by Fegley.
Josh Fegley has not had a lot of playing time this year because of injuries, but this part of his game has always been pretty consistent, and that's blocking balls in the dirt. Throws extremely well, and to always realize that timing is part of the game regardless of what you're doing on the field, hitting, playing position. And Fegley works on his catching with Marcus Jensen a lot.
Fastball just a touch low. Well, Josh Fegley's missed a lot of time this year, so he's probably having a ball back there.
Absolutely.
Good breaking ball by Gossett.
Cut fastball and catches it perfectly. Actually, maybe the curveball, but regardless, good break.
Another curveball, and this one in the dirt as Fegley keeps it in front of him.
Well, important blocks, and Josh Fegley doing a very good job because you want to put the runner at third base where a ball like that gets away scores a run. So Fegley at least twice in this at bat has kept Gonzalez from going from second to third.
So 3-2 the count to Jake Marisnick. And a 3-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Daniel Gossett. Matt Olson to lead it off. No score. Astros. True story brought to you by McDonald's. On this date in 1945, in the second game of a doubleheader at Shibe Park, Dick Fowler gets his only victory of the season when he no-hits the Browns 1-0, becoming the first Canadian to throw a major league no-hitter. The A's 24-year-old right-hander from Toronto went 66-79 in his 10-year tenure with the A's. How about that?
That's great.
1945.
How about that?
And that Matt Olson rips one off the right center field wall. Olson hustling for second, and he has a leadoff double.
See, Matt Olson's smart because he knows that lefties are he's gonna see a lot of curveballs, so he jumps on a first pitch fastball, and that's what Morton throws him, and that's why Matt Olson says, "All right, I'm not gonna wait for the curveball." Line drive right center, another leadoff double. The A's did nothing with Marcus Semien leading off the game with a double, but Matt Olson, solid base hit on a high fastball. Any elevation on that, he'd have another home run.
So here's Healy. Healy at 269, 23 homers, 72 RBIs. A little bit inside. There you go, Ray. Hope you got enough.
That's right, big city country boy. Double fries. You get Cajun crab fries, tacos de Los Altos, super chicken. These are Cajun fries. That's good, Kite. You'll like those.
No, I'm not having any. I just had breakfast. You're going to be fine.
All right.
It's going to be a good game for you.
Well, I mean, they said it would last both games. We'll see what happens, but.
All right.
But see, I spoke with Angela yesterday, who's Caleb Vucinich out in the, and I said, you can't hear us on TV, so we just have to do a pre-planned play. So we did it.
Healy grounds into the right side. Altuve flips to first, so that's out number one, but it's a productive out for Healy as he gets Olson over to third.
That was a great job. That fastball ate him up with the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Let's see if Chapman can get him in. Infield will play back, but that is a tremendous at bat for Ryan Healy.
You can tell he looked like he was trying to go that way, and the pitch was in.
And typically you have a pitcher, now the infield will play in, but typically the pitcher will pitch in trying to get the hitter to pull the ball, which would prevent him from advancing the runner. But he stayed inside out and did a great job.
So the infield comes in. First pitch to Chapman is a strike.
Well, he sent a curveball, pretty good one from Colin McHugh, but it was a hanger. And Chapman crushed it to left center. That was a home run number 11. A lot of extra base hits for Matt Chapman in his first major league season.
So 1-1 to Chapman. He's got 29 RBIs. Also had a couple of base hits last night, so a very good all-around game for Chapman. Made some nice defensive plays. Since the All-Star break, American League rookie home run leaders Chapman and Olson tied for first. Here Chapman's got to do everything he can to put this ball in play. Morton is a strikeout guy.
The A's in general faced him in April. Chapman, of course, was not here as Chapman seeing it for the first time. Possibility too, if Morton throws a real good curveball, he could bounce it and run could score that way.
Driven to right field. Springer hustling over. He's not going to get it. It's going to fall. Olson's going to come in to score. Chapman around second. He's headed for third. The throw is not in time. RBI triple for Matt Chapman.
And you see Ryan Healy cheering because he got the run to third base. He was going to get him in anyway, but great at bat by Matt Chapman on the 2-strike pitch. Going to the opposite field, they decided to go fastball, and that's how strong the young man is. And this triple with his speed getting to third with one out. He's changed position with
Center fielder.
Olsen.
Number 3.
That ball just hit and died right on the grass right before the warning track. Springer could not get to it. Got the ball back in. Altuve with a great relay. Kind of a deep tag at third by Bregman, but still made it in safely.
So RBI number 30 for Chapman. His 4th hit in the series, and here's Boog Powell. Infield stays in.
Just a strong young man. He just muscled the ball, and it almost went out to right field. Olsen was going to score easily. And then Chapman ends up at third. The man that got Olsen over to third gave himself up, and the A's get at least one.
Grounded into left field, a base hit. So Powell waited on the breaking ball. Chapman trots in to score. 2-0 A's lead.
Back-to-back opposite field hits. Chapman with the triple to right field. Boog Powell, who homered last night to tie the game of the night, takes this curveball inside out. And I think we all would love to see that type of swing from Boog Powell. Ball on the ground, take to the opposite field and not try to hit home runs. Just react like he did last night to hit the home run to tie it.
So a single, double, and a triple in the inning for the Athletics. And here's Fegley. And the ball's thrown past Tyler White. Boog Powell is going to round second. He's going to head for third, and he will make it. So it's going to be an error. The ball shot right over the head of Tyler White. He did get a glove on it.
And with the foul territory at the Coliseum, that's automatically 2 bases. And I don't know.
That's
White,
an E3.
Yeah, White just missed it. It's off his glove, and I've been thinking about the strikeout. See, Powell again, like he did. You can't look. This is the third base coach. There's your man. That's Steve Scarsone tell you. E1. That's not right.
Yeah, that is not an E1. They need to take another look at.
See, I think the official score just assumes that if it's an error, I mean, a pitcher throws over, it's going to be an error on a pitcher, but you have to look at the ball just completely being missed by White.
Yeah, you can't. I thought you can really say anything until you've seen the replay.
Yeah. And he normally does that.
That seemed like a pretty obvious miss by the first baseman.
Maybe we should show it again. So and here it is. If you're paying attention, just watch the first baseman. Right at him. He just missed it. That is not an E1.
No, that's 1-0 the count to Fegley. 2-0 to Fegley. Fegley at 202. He's got 3 home runs. Playing in his 49th game. Missed again. 3-0. Morton had a good first inning, but all kinds of trouble here in the second. That's a strike.
I guess Chris Davis, he threw him a 3-0 fastball down the middle. Fegley the same. And he pitched Chris Davis a little differently with the runner at second. Now the infield in, runner at third again for the A's. Third consecutive at bat.
In for a strike, and now it's 3-2. Pitch number 40 coming up for Charlie Morton. Fegley, is he able to hold up? Yes. So that's the first walk issued by Morton. And now to the top of the order, Marcus Semien.
He got 2 fastballs, 3-0, 3-1, then the curveball. And fortunately, he got from the first base umpire a no swing. Hanging slider from Luke Gregerson last night. Kind of wrapped the slider, left to the inside part of the plate. Long save, actually 2 blown saves last night. Luke Gregerson and Ken Giles.
So another good opportunity for Simeon. First and third, 1 out. For 5 with the bases loaded this year. Grand slam last night, a grand slam against the Giants.
Another 2 grand slams, Joyce and Healy.
First pitch is hit off the end of the bat, right into the Astros dugout.
Well, once again, they're bunching him towards center field. White, the Fisher, the left fielder, see where he's playing way over here. And that much to go to the line. And that's where Marcus Simeon hit the double in his first at bat.
Check swing back to Morton. He juggles it, flips to the plate, not in time. He had a sure out at the plate, but he juggled it. And hustling in was Powell. He scores 3-0.
Well, if Mortensen or Morton does the job initially, he's going to get it because Luke Powell was kind of caught in no man's land. He went down the line and a slow hit ball first and third. They're not going to turn 2. They may just get the 1 at first base, but instead coming down, maybe fooled him, ball hit him in the heel of the glove, and Morton just could not handle it cleanly enough. And there's your slide, and no chance for the catcher Centeno to block him off the plate. Had to catch and then apply the tag. No chance.
Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Still only 1 out, and here's Matt Joyce.
So unless the official score changes his mind, if he doesn't change his mind, that means Morton's going to get 2 errors in this inning.
He's got, I mean. But you're right. As of right now, it's 2 errors on the pitcher.
The last one, yes. It's called panic time when a ball is hit back. You see the runner coming down.
Curveball first time. That's probably what got him. You see that runner coming out of the corner of your eye, and because I think I mean, if he fields it clean, Powell's going to be out at the plate. So 3 hits, 2 errors, a walk, and 3 runs for the A's, and they're still batting. So 1-2 to Joyce. Joyce struck out in the first inning. Just got a piece hanging in there against that Morton curve, which really tough pitch for anybody. And seems like he has a lot of success against left-handed hitters with it. Joyce did not go. Very close.
Good job holding up on a pretty good curveball. Normally, or not, normally if a pitcher has a particularly good pitch, as a catcher, you normally go to that pitch first and let him shake to another pitch. You don't let him shake to his signature pitch, which he did that time.
Joyce swings and misses, so Morton gets his 4th strikeout.
Right, what fastball after he missed with a 2-2 or 1-2 curveball.
Now batting
fastball. You throw at 96. That's a pretty good pitch to be able to throw if your curveball is not effective.
So here's Lowry, the 8th man to bat in this inning. Average fastball velocity 96 miles an hour. So you got that.
Just picked up 4 miles per hour.
And then you got that good curveball, and that makes you wonder why he hasn't won more. But you also saw where, yeah, the velocity has had a pretty significant uptick.
And the uptick has created more of a straight fastball, not as many ground balls. He did have 6 ground ball outs against the A's in April, but he also had the 12 strikeouts.
Centeno got hit pretty good on the backswing. See where it hit him.
Look how close he is. Top of the head. That's what happened to Evan Gattis. He got hit with the backswing as well. Put him on the disabled list for the concussion. Just think if you're not wearing a helmet. Ooh. Take your pick. You got 3 catchers with beards. Gattis, McCann, Stassi, Centeno, no. I think he's going to come out. Yeah,
he is.
Brian McCann just coming back. Gattis, we saw earlier. This is, you know, again, September. No reason to take any chances. Max Stassi, Yuba City. It's going to be brought in.
So Centeno, he did not even get an at-bat in this game.
Now we saw Stephen Vogt get charged with 2 catchers interference in Houston earlier in the season when Josh Reddick got it. You just have to know as a catcher who has the swings and the back swings, the follow throughs, and see, there's 3 wannabe catchers.
That's right. They won't sit like that very long, though.
Chris Maxwell knows. He's been hit a few times with.
So it is Max Stassi.
Well, the follow through in the bat, and other times we'll see a hand hit, the glove knocked off the catcher, but Centeno plays sets up very closely, and the ball as he leaned forward on the foul ball, and the follow through from Jed Lowry and hit him hard enough, unfortunately.
So let's hope Centeno's okay. Probably not feeling all that great at the moment. So they go over the signs, make sure they are all on the same page. So they're going to take Centeno up into the clubhouse. So 3 runs are in for these. Remember, the count is 0-2 here to Lowry. Fegley's at second. Simeon is the runner at first.
What is it you said you wanted to throw?
Pitches outside with a breaking ball. Lowry was called out on strikes in the first inning. It's high and foul, second level. the curveball, and it's a good one. So the A's have a big inning. They get 3 runs. They get 3 hits. There was 2 errors. There was a walk. And when it's all said and done, the A's lead 3-0 after 2.
Every night, every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Not bad. Look at what
Good
an
ball
aerial
game
shot.
going on there.
The Brewers are bringing out everything. Right, got the blimp.
It's a good looking ballpark.
That's it. Got a grass infield. That's unusual for amateur baseball. That's good. And then they're the big heads.
At least they're not sitting in front of people. So top of the 3rd. Here's Stasi.
Right, Centeno. Nice going. Don't even get a plate appearance. You're back there for over an hour.
Swinging and a miss. 1-1. Looking for a shutdown inning from Daniel Gossett. He's 11 for 20 this year, 55%.
Well, way ahead of the game last weekend in Seattle. Gave up a curveball, 2-run home run to Robinson Cano. Give the Mariners an early 2-0 lead.
1-2 pitch. Good take by Stasi.
Mitchell Max from Yuba City, originally drafted by the Athletics, and he said a whole bunch of family and friends who be in for the weekend to watch.
Pop up foul. Well, they'll see a lot of baseball.
Yes, they will.
See 4 games in less than 48 hours,
That's
right?
Yeah.
45 hours.
The carom. Nice play.
So 3-2 to Stasi with Springer to follow, and then Bregman here in the top of the 3rd. And that one just missed inside.
That looks like a strike.
Now batting, number 4.
Wasn't high, belt high.
Springer.
Looks like it had the corner. DJ Rayburn thinking about his off day. 2nd game.
So they did change that error to an E3.
Which was correct. Should have been done.
which is high. Keep an eye on this. Pitches 1 through 40. The league is hitting 121 against Gossett, so he gets off to these great starts, but from pitch 41 and on, the league is hitting 309.
How many has he thrown? 42.
So those numbers were with his secondary pitches, which is all the pitches that are not fastballs.
But if you don't throw strikes with those, you got to throw the fastball, and that's when you're going to get hit.
Take by Springer, 2-0.
Well, second time through the order is always tough, because even if you haven't seen a pitcher or you've seen him infrequently, you get an idea in your first at bat, and maybe not as aggressive on certain pitches that you were in the first at bat, which curveball that a great one thrown to Springer in the first inning.
Check swing foul. And of all the starts he has made, Ray, he being Gossett, he's faced the Mariners a couple times, but this is the third time he's faced the Astros, so they know all about him. Springer lays off, and it's 3-1.
Another curveball, and again, Springer hitters are so strong. They start to swing. They're so strong to surprise sometimes that the bat goes through enough to be called a check swing strike.
So 3-1 with Bregman waiting in the on deck circle. After Bregman, Altuve. Straightaway defense for the A's against Springer. He struck out in the first. And he misses outside. Back-to-back walks to open up the third. So the pitching coach, Scott Emerson's going to have a quick chat with his young right-hander, Daniel Gossett. He's not missing by a lot. So the meeting is over. And here's Alex Bregman, who lined out to Chapman.
Now batting, number 2, Alex Bregman.
Bregman against the A's this year, a .381 average with a couple of home runs. Bregman is 16 for 42. And this one's hit toward left. Davis backs up. He's got it. Both runners are tagging. Both runners are going to try to advance, and they will. So second and third now with one out as Bregman is retired.
Now batting.
So here's Altuve.
Jose Altuve.
And because both runners did tag successfully, Altuve has a chance with one swing of the bat to make it a one-run game. And really the lead runner, Stassi, is the one that created the possibility.
No surprise, Altuve does a good job getting the runner in from third with less than 2 outs.
He makes contact, and that's what the Astros are looking for, and the A's are looking for a rare strikeout from top hitter in the American League. Yeah, he's done pretty well on the road.
399. Wow. He has 74 strikeouts in 527 at bats, so that's a very low number. Chops this one back to Gossett. Gossett throws to first. How about that? A half swing by Altuve.
Half swing, check swing, and a ball that probably had to be blocked by Fegley. Instead, he hits it off the plate. And nothing the runners could do except stay where they were. There's, excuse me, swing, but it was down. But that's how aggressive he is. That's one of the reasons he drives in runs, because he doesn't take a lot of pitches. That's an indication there. And obviously, he's going to be very disappointed in himself. But as he caught the ball, Gossett, all he had to do is look at Stassi at third base, froze him. And the A's still, or the Astros still 1 hit away, but now it's much different with 2 outs.
There's Carlos Correa, who struck out in the first. Takes a fastball right there for a strike. It's funny, Altuve, I mean, he's aggressive, and he never gets cheated. And then you see him take a swing like that with runners on second and third and 1 out, where these are giving him a run if he hits it on the ground.
Well, remember June 29th, we don't want to remember it. Gossett doesn't want to remember. This is what happened. It was a little cutter that goes to right field. And it was a no doubt in right field. And when you elevate a cutter that much and try to go inside, you missed again. Straightaway center. No Towels Hill. It's Correa. That's why their record when he was healthy and in the lineup was off the charts, and a little bit different when he was out, but he's back. 2 home runs, the 2 hits he's gotten off of Daniel Gossett.
Correa has knocked in 12 runs against the A's this year. Strike 3 call. How about that pitching by Daniel Gossett? Astros had second and third, 1 out, and he gets Altuve and Correa. So the Astros do not score. Bottom of the third coming up. 3-0 A's.
Presented by Sutter Health, invites kids 14 and under on the field after most Sunday home games to run the same bases that the players do. It's presented by Sutter Health, proudly caring for Northern California, birthplace of pioneers.
That was the giveaway today, the fidget spinner. He may do that the entire ball game. It's a good day to be at the ballpark. You could come in the second inning, stay through the end of the first game, and enjoy some of the second game. All good. A doubleheader here at the Coliseum. So Chris Davis is retired on 1 pitch. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. A's with a 3-0 lead. They got all 3 of their runs in the second inning.
Now batting first baseman, 28.
And that'll bring up Matt Olson. He's come in with a 38-34 home record. 60-80 overall. With 21 games left after today's, actually 20 games after the doubleheader.
Charlie Morton might settle down. If he does, the A's and the pitching staff, Goss did a great job top of the inning. It could have been a one-run game. Instead, still 3-0 for the A's.
Morton threw a lot of pitches in that second inning. 29 was the total. So his pitch count up there pretty high at 56 now with one out in the third. Bounce past Mike Eldreddy.
Well, after the game that Morton pitched against the A's in April, you have to think that Adam Roden had all the video prepared so that A's hitters could see the curveball of Morton, and actually see some of the hitters take some pretty good curveballs, not aggressively swinging at them, and maybe that's a result of Darren Bush, the hitting coach, talking about the curve, and the A's actually seeing it on the video. That's why Adam Roden's work never ends. It's never ending for Darren Bush, the A's hitting coach, and Adam Roden.
Yeah, Adam is as good as there is. Yeah, video coordinator.
Puts all the scouting reports together. Plus, he's a video coordinator. He's the man that Chip Hale always talks to. Hey, what are we going to do? Going to challenge or not? He has to make the call.
Outside, and now it's a full count. Wilson doubled and scored in the second, so he got that 3-run second inning started. He one-hopped the wall in right center field. Fastball in.
Did my job. I'm done. Done for the day.
Dog and a ball.
He wants to keep both.
Another foul ball. This one into the second level. Full shift on. He's got a vice grip on both of those. And it's inside. He walked it.
Well, if you want to watch a guy slide, watch Ryan Healy as he goes for a double down right field line. He's going to have it, and just in case, let's do a slide. He's lucky he didn't plant his face in the ground.
He almost did. He knew it right away.
Yes, he did. Cliffy got his uniform all clean for today, so he's ready to do it again.
First pitch is a little bit low to Healy. Morton not sharp today. Ground out in the second inning, advanced a runner. So quality out, and the A's took advantage of that.
Amazingly, difference of the runner at second, nobody out, runner at first, and one out. He's been pitched differently, everything outside, whereas the first at bat they tried to get him inside. That is Houston strong. patch put on the uniforms after the devastation of Hurricane Harvey. Josh Reddick, who bought a home, saw him after the game last night. Asked him, he said he got a fence, but that's all in his property, which is very fortunate.
And now the count even at 2-2.
Everybody's ready. Right here, just taking a deep breath. And what am I going to get 2-2? About a hanging curveball.
Nasty breaking ball from Morton. So that is 6 strikeouts.
Don't you open up that window?
Now batting, third baseman.
That's a nasty 12-6, and especially when he throws it. A very good curveball from Morton.
So 2 away for Chapman, who had an RBI triple, and he scored a run in the 2nd inning. In the dirt, Stassi with the backhand. Chapman now with 17 doubles, 2 triples, and 11 home runs. That was ripped foul. Heads up.
Wow. Aaron, nothing you can do about that one. Except make a fan happy. That was a rocket. Hit off the back wall, and even the fan above with the hot dog scent. I get out of the way also.
Now the crowd, nice big hop for Bregman, who throws to Altuve. Side retired. Runner left for the A's. We're on to the 4th. 3-0 Athletics.
California Ford dealers, how about Daniel Gossett? 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Check swing, half swing. He fields it nicely and throws out Altuve. And even better, 0-2 fastball freezes Carlos Correa. He gets the strikeout, a big one. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Gets out of the inning, leading 3-0 with 2 hits recorded by the Astros.
So Marwin Gonzalez to lead it off, then Tyler White and Derek Fisher. 5, 6, and 7 hitters in this Astros lineup. Gonzalez lined to single the center in the second inning. He was eventually stranded at second base. Breaking ball, 1-1. Daniel Migden will pitch game 2 of this doubleheader against Brad Peacock. Start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. So none of this clearing the stadium out and starting it later. Get right after game 2.
Mike Selleck will not be able to announce the attendance until the second game, maybe halfway. So Tony Casey then in the vault finance area. Ticket sellers have to stick around because some people could come in at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and watch a little baseball when it's a regular doubleheader.
2 pitch. That's a swing and a miss by Marwin Gonzalez, and that is 6 strikeouts for Daniel Gossett.
Good curveball, and talked about Morton, his curveball. How about a good one from
Now batting,
Daniel Gossett?
13,
Right over the
Tyler
top,
White.
12-6. Great rotation, and next one looks like it should be hit a mile, but a little bit different when the hitter is standing there less than a second to decide what he's going to try to do with the baseball.
They got 6, we got 6. So we checked with them for our accuracy.
Let's see how they're doing in the second game.
Yeah, that's true. 6. Come on. They're behind. Do they realize it?
Well, that backward Correa, okay, that was the last one, I think. They just did not. Maybe they decided to have a hot dog before they put Marvin Gonzalez's strikeout.
Driven toward left center field. Nobody's going to get it. It bangs off the wall. Tyler White hustling for second, and he slides in with a double.
Well, he found out he got an error and decided, hey, I'm going to make up for it with a double. And he did, crushed it to left center. And, you know, the hitter hits the ball like that, they know it's not going out, and he has to hustle. If he had not hustled, it was going to be played perfectly off the wall by Boog Powell. Came right back to him. He had a strong throw, and White is not running full speed all the way. He may be thrown out at second.
So runner in scoring position for Derek Fisher. Fisher, one of the Astros' best prospects. He hit a home run against the A's earlier this year.
Jeff Luhnow, the general manager, pretty adamant about not giving up a lot of the minor league prospects, including White. But to get a picture of the status of Justin Verlander, had to give up something because he's under control for a couple of more years, or at least his salary is going to make him under control.
The Astros, remember, they acquired Francisco Liriano and Tyler Clippard. And then, of course, Verlander and Cameron Maybin.
Tell you what's been impressive about Verlander is that I saw him last night on the bench. He was talking to Keuchel. Today he's got Brian McCann he's talking to. And I mean, it's almost like that commercial. Verlander speaks, everybody listens. And you got a veteran postseason experience, you're going to be listening to him.
Verlander pitched well on Tuesday in Seattle. Said he was a little bit nervous. How about that? That one's hit hard. Backhanded by Olsen. Gossett hustling over, and he just beats Fisher to first base.
It looked like Gossett might have broke maybe just a half a step, but he ended up speeding, and see how quickly he gets off the mound. Yeah, he hesitated a little bit, but still a foot race, and he beat Fisher to the bag. Olsen had no chance to go himself. Nice feed by the big first baseman. Took an extra step because of Gossett getting the ball, get it to him in plenty of time. Yeah, see, you can't assume the ball might be going to right field. You got to go to first. If it does, then you can stop. But it looked like, let's hope he didn't hurt himself, but it looked like he just stopped, thought he was going to right field. But give your first baseman credit that he's going to make the play, get there. Fortunately, he did in time.
Here's Marisnik. I mean, really, pitchers are taught to just go every time.
Immediately, ball to the right side, you take off, and you don't assume anything. And the speed of Fisher from the left side, you assume too much and take too long, he's going to beat it. Unnecessarily. It should be an out, and Olsen has good range at first.
So 1-1 the count. Gossett got out of a jam in the third, trying to do it again here in the fourth with a runner at third and 2 outs.
You know, Kyle, that's why. And everybody said, why does the catcher always say to the pitcher, remind him to get over the ground ball? Because of that.
Every once in a while, they hesitate.
Yeah, a little hesitation, and you know, it's a reminder that you just have to. He says, "Yeah, I know. Well, if you know, then do it. Then I won't tell you anymore." But I mean, it's something that, you know, the catcher's looking out and he's seeing everything, and just a simple reminder.
Gossett glance to third, and there's a strike. 2-2.
The high strike, but E.J. Rayburn liked it. Unfortunately, it was not swung at by Marisnik. That's a pretty good pitch to hit.
This one lofted foul. Olsen hustling over, and he cannot quite get there. So the count remains 2-2.
Well, just a lot of foul territory to cover, and just not enough speed to get there. Was not hit that high anyway.
Sits ready, and the 2-2 pitch. Marisnik, 1 around. Strikeout number 7 for Gossett, and White is stranded at third. Bottom of the fourth coming up, 3-0 A's. single day with insider Scott Bear on NBCSportsCalifornia.com. Sunday to Sunday, the home of the authentic Raiders fan is NBC Sports California. Raiders at the Tennessee Titans tomorrow morning. So it's a 3-0 A's lead, bottom of the 4th inning. Powell, Fegley, and Simeon against Charlie Morton. Morton has yet to have a 3-up, 3-down inning. Luke Powell, one of the heroes last night with the home run in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie the game.
See the number of pitches that Morton has thrown, and just in the 4th inning, you know it's going to be a bullpen game again.
Astros used 6 pitchers last night to throw 5 innings. They never got an out in the 9th inning. And now it's 3-1.
Amazing thing to be able to score against a really an unhittable bullpen the way the A's did last night. Scott McHugh only 3 innings. Gregerson gave up the slam. Got a breaking ball to Luke Powell. This would tie in the 9th inning. 0-2 Giles curveball after he just threw a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Curveball, he hung it, reacted, hit the home run, tied it.
Left field, and a diving play by Fisher. So 1 out, and let's check in with Angela.
Well, he may be right behind me, but next year you will be seeing a lot of Stomper as the A's get ready for their 50th anniversary season. They have launched the Stomper in the Town Art Project and are looking for local and regional artists to help contribute and transform 56-foot Stomper statues into various works of art. These statues will be placed all around the community for the 2018 season, and then later on will be auctioned off to raise funds for the A's Community Fund. So go to athletics.com/StomperInTheTown for more information on how to participate. The deadline is November 3rd. And Stomper, are you excited to see yourself all around town? He's pretty excited. Guys, back to you.
Well, Stomper's excited. We're excited.
I thought it was a statue.
Not yet. Statues are coming. They're gonna be all
I tell you what, he's Stomper fooled me, because he was statuesque like that, right?
He's something, I tell you.
It's talented.
Yeah.
Well, 50 of those things all around the city of Oakland. That's going to be amazing. There's another Stomper. There's another Stomper. Stomper's excited.
So 0-1 the count to Marcus Simeon, who has doubled and reached on an air.
I wonder if all 50 statues are going to have a bag of peanuts, just in case Stompers get hungry.
We go to Philadelphia, where, of course, maybe the greatest mascot of all time, right? Philly fanatic.
That's right.
Still doing his thing. Look forward to that. San Diego Chicken. He's been hung up his cleats for quite a while. And now it's just the Friar.
It's just the
Padres Friar.
Chicken, San Diego Chicken went everywhere. I felt honored when he created a slow motion collision at the plate.
Who did?
San Diego Chicken.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Very funny.
It's what I told him. He said, well, I thought about you. I said, but the wrong way, though.
It's funny till somebody gets hurt, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So Simeon takes outside, and he has been on base 3 times.
The real mascot really used his own face. That was Max
Now batting
Patrick,
right.
clown prince of baseball.
23, Matt Joyce.
Crazy George, of course.
Is Crazy George a mascot?
No, he's just a wave master.
Astros have Orbit, of course. Orbit trying to make a name for himself.
Slider in Cleveland.
Slider in Cleveland, yeah.
Slider
right.
during the playoffs a couple years ago fell.
Mariner Moose
Yeah.
in Seattle. He snapped his ankle. Banged against the wall. Fred Bird. Fred Bird's in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
What does St. Louis have?
Should have a birdie also, you'd think.
Mr. Met, of course, who got himself in a little bit of trouble earlier this year with the peace sign.
The peace, a partial peace sign. But the problem, you know, when you see these mascots, who are they? You know, I mean, you
could be standing right next to him in the elevator. But they, you know, there are some notorious.
That's right.
Youppi in Montreal was universally hated. Youppi. Crazy Crab across the bay was had a tough year.
Delaire said, "What what's the monster in Boston? What is it called, Delaire?"
The green monster.
The green monster.
Oh, that's the outfield wall. What's the one that was always in the center field shot? Oh, that's the guy in Colorado.
Oh, I thought you.
Dinger.
I thought in Boston.
3-2 Game 7 World Series. There's Dinger in the shot. You know.
Wally Monster. I thought in Boston they'd have Apple Watch.
They may now.
Yeah.
Joyce swings and misses. Yeah, the Yankees don't have one. I don't think the Angels have. Of course, they have the rally monkey.
They have the rally monkey. That's theirs. I mean,
still using
what's
that?
the criteria for the rally monkey to surface?
Bernie Brewer. Joyce strikes out. So Matt Joyce strikes out for the third time. I hope you enjoyed that half inning of broadcasting by Gray and Glenn. Maybe not our best, but we tried.
We've got all the mascots in.
So 3-0, the A's lead. Is that pie eating contest time?
Yeah, it's time.
I think we missed it.
No, we didn't. We're thinking about all the mascots.
Yeah. Well, now we're just thinking about the teams that don't have a mascot. We were concerned that maybe the Cubs didn't have them, but we found out they do. It's a bear. Clark the bear.
You know, I thought when the Yankees came out with everything they're doing between innings, I mean, here's a historic franchise, 27 World Championships. Then they have outfield signage, and you know, I said, wait a minute, the only thing they haven't done is put names on the back of the uniforms.
Stasi with a base hit, so he has walked in Singleton coming in the game. Came in for Juan Centeno. He was hit in a backswing by Lowry, and Centeno had to leave the game. So he was being evaluated for concussion. That was the report we got.
Number 4, George Springer.
High fastball, and a lot of hitters going to be able to hit that pitch. And number 9 hitter turns it over the top to Springer. Centeno didn't get one plate appearance, and Stasi comes in, he has 2.
Yep. Springer with a big rip, fouled it straight back. Springer a strikeout and a walk. Springer was 2 for 3 in last night's game. Walked a couple of times. Take it back, he walked once and scored a couple of times. And the ball pops away from Fegley. His throw to second base is late. Stasi got a good secondary lead, and the ball just popped out in front of Fegley. Not real far, but Stasi had a good jump.
Now they tried to backhand, then it got under, hit his shin guard or his foot, and then when that happens, you feel the foul ball, or at least the ball off the foot, and but Stasi saw it. Of course, being a catcher himself, knew it was going to be a difficult play for Fegley to come up make the strong throw, which he did, but not enough time.
So 1-1 the count. Blocked again by Fegley. Bregman to follow, and then Altuve with the runner at second and nobody out.
This looked like a swing. No, Springer did not, but nice block by Fegley.
'78 pitch coming up by Gossett.
One thing we're seeing, I think, more this year than I've ever seen is more spiked fastballs. Fastballs that are in the dirt. Pitches you normally don't see catchers concerned so much about blocking balls, the fastballs.
Why would that be? Spiked fastballs.
They just throw it and throwing kind of straight down and trying to stay in the lower part of the strike zone, I guess, and spiking. But it's almost the point now catcher has to be prepared on every pitch. Usually you figure a fastball is not going to be thrown in the dirt. Breaking pitches you anticipate, your movement. And I think now, because the fastballs, just be prepared and block them. And the one that got by Fegley that hit his foot was a fastball that spiked that.
Springer skies one to shallow right. Joyce hustling in. Joyce looking up into the sunshine. He's got it. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting.
And that'll bring up Alex Bregman. Bregman has lined out and hit a fly ball to left field. Part of this fine core of young talent by the Astros. Bregman only 23 years old. Springer's young, Correa, even Altuve's still considered a young player.
Definitely a team-friendly contract.
That one is hit toward left field, and it's hit well. Davis going back. Davis turns around, and it bangs off the wall. Stasi is going to round third. He's going to come in to score. Bregman with an RBI double, and the Astros are on the board. It's 3-1.
Well, the extra 90 feet by Max Stasi gets him in a scoring position. And this ball, I thought it was going out, to be honest. I thought had a chance to be a one-run game with a 2-run home run, but fortunately hit off the wall, came back, and again, Boog Powell playing the carom, but Bregman evidently knew he did not get enough, able to get into second base. Again, a pitch that was left up. Stassi, pitch was left up. Now Bregman.
So now Altuve hits. First pitch, backhanded. Simeon is going to have Bregman in a rundown, and Marcus tags him, and Altuve too far off the bag, and he gets back. So the A's cut down Bregman, who just kind of wandered off.
Oh, heads up play by Marcus Simeon, because once he saw Bregman, he stopped and ran after him. And, you know, this was anticipating a ball going to left field. As runner second, one out, you have to make sure the ball goes through. But the key there, of course, getting back to first base was Altuve. But Bregman could not stay in a rundown long enough because Marcus Simeon got there and got it himself and then turned around to look. So Altuve, who would have liked to have gotten a scoring position, almost got out at first base as well. Man, that's why at runner at second, we saw Simeon last night. Nobody out. Ball to left field. He hesitated. But if you're at second base, you cannot assume a ball is going into the outfield. Scored anyway. He would have been sent.
So here's Carlos Correa, who has struck out twice. Altuve had a pretty big lead. The ball pops out of the glove of Fegley. I'm going to make a call here, Ray. I think he's going to run.
You know, I kind of agree with you, because Correa has got a chance with 20 home runs, but he's coming off the DL. Struck out twice in this game. I thought he might have run last at bat by Correa because he had 0-2, and it would be the old philosophy of running. If he's thrown out, he's leading off fresh count the next inning. If he's at second, got a chance to drive him in.
Good lead for Altuve, and he was going, and they got him. Altuve slams his helmet down and heads to his position, and I think he was going.
Yeah, he was going. He broke just enough, and Gossett threw over just quickly enough.
So Altuve, mad at himself, is like the right call was made. 3-1, A's lead. Daniel Gossett leading 3-1, bottom of the fifth inning. Swing and a miss by Lowry. Lowry, Davis, and Olsen against Charlie Morton. First career pickoff for Daniel Gossett, and he got Jose Altuve. Didn't seem to be any arguments from anybody.
Now, it's kind of tough to call the video coordinator and challenge it when the runner slams his helmet at the ground and heads to second base.
He said, I think he knew he was out.
Yeah.
He was mad at himself.
Well, he's mad all day because he had second and third, nobody out, and half swing, and was thrown out. And then maybe be robbed of a base hit. Nice play by Marcus Semien. Doesn't get the runner in from second base.
Altuve doesn't have too many tough days. First time action in the bullpen for the Astros as Clipper starts to throw. 1-2 pitch is bounced up the middle. Correa in the back end, jump throw, and White digs it out. What a play.
Wow. That's a strong arm play.
Well, the shift was on, and it was Correa.
Here's the pickoff. See, Altuve just enough of a start towards second base. And nice quick tag, but right there, that move got him. Quick tag by Olsen, got him on the arm. Altuve knew it, slammed his helmet. I'm going to go. And it's amazing that weight shift. When you put all the weight on your right leg as you take off, it's so hard to come back. Could not do it. And Gossett gets out of another jam.
So what a way. That play was made by Marwin Gonzalez, not by Correa. So give Gonzalez credit for being shifted over and making a nice backhanded play.
We're so accustomed to seeing Correa at the shortstop position. Aaron getting pretty confident about himself down in left field. Making all the plays.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he's digging himself. You know, that's good. Hey, work hard. Pays off.
Two and one the count to Chris Davis, who has struck out and fouled out to the catcher. So now 3-1 to Davis.
Morton might be looking at his last inning. Approaching 100 pitches, and there's no reason for the Astros to have anybody, any pitcher especially, to go too deep in the ball game, especially being September.
3-1 pitch is rolled foul back toward Olsen in the on deck circle. So the count is full to Davis. A's have had at least one base runner in every inning against Morton. And that continues as a one-out single by Chris Davis. Nothing easy for Charlie Morton today. He does have 7 strikeouts.
And because it's a base hit, Elijah has to run all the way to first base. And a walk, though. This is a pitch that was left up. Maybe the pitch count's getting to Morton because he left the pitch up. And fortunate that it was just a base hit. But KD with a good swing on the 3-2 pitch.
So runner aboard. Here's Matt Olson, who has doubled and scored, and he has walked. There's the ball loose out in right field. It's rolling
near the Stanley sign.
Stanley side. Stops under the Stanley sign.
One of the best I ever saw, Cap, in old Cleveland Stadium. Vada Pinson was playing left field.
Okay.
Late Vada Pinson. The pitchers were warming up down in the bullpen. An overthrow. The ball was rolling along the outfield, and the ball was hit. He picked up the ball that was rolling from the pitcher,
really?
threw the guy out of second.
No replay?
No challenge there, baby.
No replay. Good for
you know,
him.
it was perfect. I said, nice play, Vada. Hey, I saw it rolling. I just picked up the one that I could see.
That's a veteran move.
That's right. But that was so cavernous a stadium and nobody there. They couldn't see the ball rolling. Like here, you can see it. He just kept going.
That's genius.
The great Vada Pinson. What a true gentleman. Wow. Another Oakland product.
Quick 0-2 to Olsen.
Vada is like he was in the military. He'd spit shine in his shoes every day, every game, because if he ever fouled the ball off his foot, he wanted to make sure there was going to be black polish. And he never had any kids do the spray. He would do it himself.
Probably helped him a couple
shine
times.
in his shoes, you know.
Line drive and a base hit. Altuve dove for it, couldn't get it. Davis is going to try for third. He'll make it. And the A's have first and third with one out.
Hey, Matt Olson is a strong man, and whenever he puts a charge into it, we talk about Matt Chapman, but Matt Olson, watch this, the contact and then the extension. That's why he hits home runs. He uses the whole field, and this ball, even with the shift, diving out to it, could not get to it. And once the ball into right field, Chris Davis on his own knows that he could get the third easily, which he does. Another 2-strike hit.
So the A's with a chance to get that run back. So here's Healy, who has grounded out and struck out. Healy takes a fastball in the inside corner. Healy is the DH in game 1 of this doubleheader. We'll see where he's at in game 2. A little bit inside, not by much. And a sharp curveball by Charlie Morton, and now it's 0-2.
Ryan Healy gave himself up a couple at bats ago. Got a run in. Now he's got a chance to be the guy to drive in a run with runners at first and third.
Pitch number 105 coming up for Charlie Morton. Here it is, and it's bounced off the foot of Healy. His season high in pitches is 107, which was 4 starts ago against the Diamondbacks. Long look by Morton. And he got him swinging. There's that breaking ball again, and that is strikeout number 8.
I guess it's when in doubt, he goes the curveball to the righties or lefties. He did it with Chris Davis, tried it with Josh Fegley. Did not work, but to Ryan Healy it does. Stassi also doing a good job. He's a very good catcher, and the way he blocks balls, calls the curveball, and you say, you throw it, I'll block it or catch it, which he does very well.
So it's up to Chapman with 2 outs. Chapman with an RBI triple in the 2nd inning. Hit a ball down the right field line. And curveball for a strike. That was Chapman's 30th RBI of the year. Fastball out over the plate.
Now this is a fastball with 2 strikes, and really just muscled it and had to be thinking maybe he's going to throw a curveball. Threw the fastball. That was after the visit by Centeno. Decided to go to fastball and a hustle triple. And Matt Chapman just barely got his hand in front of the tag.
Olson takes off, and he'll make it. So it'll be a wild pitch blocked by Stassi, but still rolled far enough away. Olson took off immediately.
It's a free base, really, because the catcher just wants to keep the runner at third. He does with the block, and Olson just kept jumping off, almost like a delayed steal move, but ball in the dirt, made it easily.
So 109 pitches, season high for Charlie Morton. That one is driven to left field. Fisher's backed up, and Fisher's there, and he makes the catch. So the A's get a couple of hits, but they do not score. 6th inning coming up. It's the A's 3 and the Astros 1.
NBC Sports California is brought to you by Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you.
Well, that may have been the last time the Indians lost. I don't know.
Number 1,
Seems like it, right?
Yeah, that was the walk-off hit, right center.
We're exaggerating, but only a little bit.
They haven't lost the last 17. We know that.
No. Indians beat the Orioles 4-2 today. Pitch usage for Gossett today. Lots of sliders. So maybe all the time that we're saying curve, or I should say I'm saying curve, right? Maybe it's a slider.
Well, we're also talking about mascot slider in Cleveland. We just showed Cleveland.
It's on my mind.
Yeah. That's a fastball.
Olsen into foul territory, and he's got it. Well, Carlos Correa is retired for the 3rd time.
You saw that businessman in Cleveland that said if the Indians eclipsed their record of 14, that he would give like it's $1.7 million. But he was smart. He bought a $75,000 insurance policy.
Yeah, he's fine.
You know, how about the insurance coming? Well, we got an easy 75 grand here. Yeah,
that's exactly right.
It's what they do at the hole-in-one contest and the golf tournaments. They buy insurance for a car that's going to be given away just in case. And, you know, it's kind of free money, but in this case, 75 grand for $1.7 million.
Take it.
Yeah.
So 17 consecutive wins for the Indians. A couple notes on that streak. In the 17 games, the Indians have outscored their opponents 118-30.
Wow.
That's not bad.
And when's Kluber pitching again?
That's true. And they're doing this without Kipnis and Brantley, 2 of their best offensive players. Olsen grabs it, and Andrew Miller, the left-handed reliever.
Well, season ticket memberships for the 2018 season are on sale as part of the A's new innovative program focused on increased benefits, flexibility, and discounts. The program rewards tenure and includes exciting discounts on concessions, eliminates ticket exchange limitations, and provides exclusive new experiences and events for members. Renew or purchase new season ticket memberships now at athletics.com/2018. The memberships for the season ticket holders going to be on the field last Sunday. That was the Texas Rangers game coming up on the 24th following the fireworks show. The Star Wars fireworks show. I know my partner Kai will be down there as all the fans will be saying, "Where's Kai? Here he comes."
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah. Down there with all those season ticket members.
Where's your partner? Where's our man Ray Fawcett?
Yeah. Players will be out there, but there's a lot of benefits for being a season ticket holder. A's eventually get back to postseason. You're primed for getting some tickets and a lot of good things. Can't wait for the new ballpark also. New ballpark is going to be announced pretty soon. The site, so a lot of good things happening with the A's.
Three and one now to Tyler White.
Talking to some people this morning, they were talking about, well, you know, what's the deal? I said patience. And it's not going to the hospital and being a patient. You have to have patience, because you just look at the Astros, look at the Indians, and some of the programs and models that have been successful over time, and it just takes patience.
Gossett has a 3-up, 3-down inning. That's the first 3-up, 3-down inning of the day for Daniel Gossett. Bottom of the 6th coming up.
The A's launch the final fireworks of the year. That's Saturday, September the 23rd for Star Wars Fireworks Night. Come as your favorite Star Wars character and enjoy the game versus the Rangers. Log on to athletics.com/fireworks for details. Stomper, the A's favorite mascot, will be dressed up as his favorite character. And fireworks, as always, some of the best right here at the Coliseum. That's Saturday night, September the 23rd, the final weekend of the season for the Athletics. The Rangers, Seattle Mariners in for 3, and then 4 down in Arlington, and the season's over for the Athletics. As they will see Tyler Clippard, the former Athletic, here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. So Clippard faces Powell, Fegley, and Simeon in the bottom of the 6th. 5 innings, 6 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts for Charlie Morton. So Morton did have 8 strikeouts in 5 innings, but it just didn't look like he ever really found a rhythm.
No, and probably for him, giving up the 2 strike hits. Struck out the side in the first inning after leadoff double by Simeon. Looked like it's going to be easy game for him, but the second inning is undoing. Great for the A's in the second inning to come through with some big hits. He had run at third and less than 2 outs 4 times. And got him in very successfully.
2-1 to Powell. Single and a run scored, and a fly ball to left field. Derek Fisher is playing very close to the line and very shallow, as much as you'll see a left fielder play toward the line. Marisnick very shallow and into left center field, so quite a outfield alignment for Powell.
Remember, in the last at bat for Powell, it was Fisher making a diving catch on a line drive. Looked like it was going to drop in, but by playing shallow, he was able to get to it.
So 3-2 to Boog Powell. Pitch is poked toward right center, and watch Boog Powell run. He's digging for second, and he's going to stop there. He's hoping that ball would get through, but Marisnick was able to cut it off.
He cut it off and fell down doing so, but
hey Ray, I think it was an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, what a shock! And there's a changeup and signature pitch. You can see the grip by Tyler Clippard, but he left it up and sped up the bat of one Boog Powell.
And you know what, we talked a lot about it last night during the 18. We don't want anybody to think that Boog Powell can't hit a fastball. That's not what we're saying. But what we've seen in the last week is teams challenging Boog Powell with maybe elevated fastballs a little bit, and we've seen him swing through them a lot.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, that's really, I mean, just kind of what we've seen. And then when you're always a little bit surprised when you see a pitcher get a swinging strike on a high fastball, or a couple of them, and then later on in the at-bat throw a breaking ball to a hitter. And we saw it last night with
Giles' fastball. 98, 99.
Yep.
But even Todd Callis and Jeff Blum on the Houston TV said, what are these guys doing? You know, didn't they see the swing? And so, yeah, it was more than us. And again, nothing against Boog Powell. It's just sometimes you go by the swing of the hitter.
Yep.
And this hitter showing it can't catch up to fastball. Why do you want to speed up his bat?
That's the point that you and I have been trying to make is.
But, you know, that's where I think that the scouting reports are so predominant, that the point that you're saying, okay, he's not supposed to be able to hit the curveball. But wait a minute, he just threw a fastball and he didn't come close, but let's throw the curveball anyway, and he hits a home run.
And I think you said it right. I'm sure Giles wanted to bounce the curveball, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
your point, you never see a mistake on a fastball.
You don't see a hanging fastball.
No, you may, location is last night when Cotton did get the fastball in Altuve, but a breaking ball, I mean, you're not, I mean, you can try all you want to bounce it. It may still hang. and it turns out to be a horrible pitch. But you look at the hanging curve slider that Semien hit for a slam. Chapman hit a hanging curveball from McHugh, and Luke Powell tied the game on an 0-2 curveball from a guy who just threw 97, 98.
Powell takes off, and the ball's hit to the right side, backhanded by Altuve. So pretty good execution all around. Powell takes off to third, and he ends up at third with one out. And let's check in with Angela.
Here in the diamond level, taking in the view, and tomorrow is the 19th annual Breast Cancer Awareness Day here at the Coliseum, presented by Sutter Health, and 10,000 fans will be receiving these lovely pink ribbon socks that I am wearing right now. 350, actually more than 350 breast cancer survivors will be on the field before the ceremony for a special pregame presentation, and also breast cancer awareness pins and hats will be on sale at Gate A and Championship Plaza. If you'd like to support, all proceeds goes towards research, education, and awareness of the disease. Guys, should I wear these tomorrow or just rock them today?
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, just one. I like them. So Semien trying to get Powell home.
Blocked by Max Stassi. If you're a pitcher, you got to have a lot of confidence with the way Stassi blocks pitches in the dirt.
Semien a double, reached down an air, and a walk, so he's been on base all 3 times. And now it's 3-0. Matt Joyce to follow. Infield in for the Astros. Outfield shifted toward right center. And a 3-0 swing by Semien, and he had a good rip.
Yes, he did.
And that pitch was right there. One to swing.
And probably with Morton, not enough guys swung 3-0, because with his great curveball, you get 3-0. So it was a fastball down the middle. You might as well jump on it. Might be the only one you get.
Clippard kicks and fires, and another foul ball. So now it's 3-2. It's just a guessing game with Clippard. We saw that when he was with the A's. It's going to be a fastball at 91 or 92, or it's going to be that split change that he throws, and that's going to be about 7, 8, 9 miles an hour slower.
And every time he walks by Evan Gattis, he says, "Thank you, I'm on the same team with you," instead of like Reddick last night hitting the head high fastball for a home run, and reminiscent of Gattis against Tyler Clippard. Ball head high that he hit to center field for a double.
Another fastball.
Yeah, I asked Josh last night, I said, "How'd you hit this?" He said, "I have no idea." I had no idea. He just reacted on it, hit it, and enjoying the first game. And Gattis' beard's getting bigger. Time on the DL, it's growing.
Another 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball he just missed outside.
Well, last night, this was the Reddick home run. I mean, he had a great night. Cotton with a high fastball, and Reddick just tomahawked. Able to get enough to get it out. And really no doubt when it left his bat.
Matt Joyce.
But his great night went to naught as the A's had the tremendous comeback the 9th inning. Joe Cotton off the hook, gave up another 3 home runs. He may have told Angela wasn't thinking about his home country. He may have been. It's got to be something weighing heavy. You try to eliminate it when you're pitching or playing the game, but it's got to be something you think about.
So first and third, one out for Matt Joyce. Semien takes off, and Semien's going to make it standing up. Marcus Semien gets the stolen base. It's his 10th.
What a huge jump, too. Huge jump. Remember, Clippard was a closer, and as the old saying goes, closers don't have good moves, because they usually don't put runners on base, but that's not the case. 3 to the right side, even with the bag on the grass on the right side.
There's that changeup at 79 miles an hour.
3 on the right side. And a good changeup from Clippard. Floats in, and good pitch not to swing at.
And now 2-1. And Bregman's got to stay close at third. Otherwise, Powell could literally walk to home plate almost. Three to 1 the A's lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's high, and now it's 3-1. On deck is Lowry. And the changeup misses, so it's a walk, and now the bases are loaded. 5 walks in the game by Astros pitchers. James Hoyt starts to throw. So Brent Strum, the pitching coach, comes out to visit the veteran right-hander. Clippard pitched here against the A's when he was with the Yankees. Did not have a couple of tough outings against the A's. Same thing happening today. He's got the bases loaded, 1 out.
Now batting second baseman, great, Dan Lowry.
Well, Matt Joyce very patient on the changeups. Also Marcus Semien, after swinging 3-0, got changeups and took those.
Lowry, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. First pitch is low. So Clippard has given up a double. He's walked 2. Powell at third, Semien at second, Joyce at first. Pop-up foul, fastball at 91 from Clippard. So again, fastball or change. Hope you guessed right.
That's it. You just, I don't know that. I mean, his fastball is good enough that you really can't sit back and say change up, change up, change up, and swing at a fastball. You might be a little bit late, but again, Fisher in left field playing the same area that he was with Boog Powell at the plate. Well, pulled the off-speed pitch into right center.
Fastball inside, 2-1.
This is why outfielders and their positioning and catchers and pitchers, they all have to be on the same page, because if there's an off-speed pitch, which you may get, Springer is playing like he does at Minute Maid Park in right center, the right fielder. I mean, the entire, I mean, you're looking at a huge area down the right field line. 3 runs could walk home if Lowry pulls the ball down in the corner. He did that at Minute Maid Park, and he robbed Lowry of a couple of hits to right center.
It's surprising to me, though, Ray, that they're playing this way. And I mean, he throws a fair amount of changeups or the splitter, whatever the pitch is. But it would be hard to hit that split change the other way.
Absolutely, yeah. And you keep calling, really, his signature pitch is his off speed, or is his changeup. So far, the A's hitters, last 3 anyway, counting Lowry, have all taken it like they've known it's coming.
And it's not close as he walks in a run. Powell will trot home, and it's 4-1. So 3 consecutive walks by Tyler Clippard. And A.J. Hinch has seen enough. So the A's with a run in, and now they're looking for a whole bunch more. They lead 4-1.
On NBC Sports California is brought to you by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon. By Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By AAA, get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
So 4-1, the A's lead the Astros, and the A's have 1 run in. Now they got a chance to get a bunch more. Still only 1 out, and Chris Davis is stepping up. So James Hoyt is the new pitcher. Hoyt 1-0 with a 4.98 ERA, 61 strikeouts in 43 1/3 innings. So lots of strikeouts, but also a fairly high ERA. Tyler Clippard goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, but 3 walks, and all 3 runners are his responsibility. So here is Davis, 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. On the ground, base hit left center field. Simeon scores. Joyce comes in to score, and Chris Davis knocks in a pair, giving him 101 RBI. So congratulations to Chris Davis, going over the 100 RBI mark for the 2nd consecutive year.
And he hit a breaking pitch, first pitch from Hoyt. Stayed with it, raked it past. The diving effort by Correa, couldn't come up with it. And both runners able to score. Good effort by Gonzalez, not Correa, who is DHing this game. But Gonzalez, and 101 runs batted in. So congratulations, and game 141 still has some time left.
Nelson Cruz leads the American League in RBIs with 104. Scope has 102, and now Chris Davis has 101. So Ray, he's got a shot to lead the league in home runs and RBIs.
How about that? Matt Joyce crossed the plate, grabbed his left hamstring. Let's hope it's okay. Upper part of the hamstring.
So look at that. Just 3 behind Nelson Cruz. So something to keep an eye on. Can Chris Davis lead the league in both home runs and RBI? Certainly possible. The struggles of Aaron Judge in the second half. Judge has not hit nearly as many home runs as he did early on.
It's amazing his numbers at the All-Star break, and you saw with Olsen and Chapman, Judge being a rookie as well, but he only has 9. The other two on the A's have 11 each since the break. And for Olsen, even more impressive because he hasn't been up that much or as much consistently. So things bode well for the A's on the corners and the power. Matt Olsen and Matt Chapman, first and third respectively.
So 3-1 to Matt Olsen. Matt Olsen hits one high in the air toward left field. Fisher, a step away from the warning track, makes the catch.
What an effortless swing, huh?
Yeah, he just kind of flicked at that one.
Designated hitter.
Shaking his head, going back to the dugout, but
Ryan Healy.
just a little upset with himself. But I have to think that Matt Olsen would like to hit 1,000. The way he takes it hard on himself. It's such a hard thing to do, to hit the baseball, especially pitchers who know how to pitch you.
So here's Healy, who is 0 for 3, ground out and 2 strikeouts. A little bit high with a fastball, didn't miss by much. Yankees beat the Rangers today 3-1 in Arlington. Yankees get a couple of runs in the top of the 9th inning, break a 1-1 tie. Severino and Cashner, the 2 starters, both pitched well. They both got no decision.
Severino, one of the top Yankee starters. Expect him to be at the top of the rotation of postseason for them.
The rubber game of that series will be tomorrow. And Rangers just cannot afford to lose a whole lot. Rangers now 3 back of the Twins for the second wild card.
Might have been his best pitch to hit right there. The curveball stayed inside. 3 weeks of baseball remaining after tomorrow. It's going to be a tough 3 weeks for a lot of clubs.
Yankees and the Twins are the 2 wild card teams right now. Angels 2 back, Rangers now 3 back. Orioles now 3.5 back in that AL wild card. And Healy swings and misses, so he strikes out for the 3rd time. But the A's with a big inning. They take advantage of 3 walks and score 3 times. 6-1 A's after 6.
Disaster relief and recovery efforts. The Oakland A's will donate $1 from every ticket sold for this weekend Houston Astros series beginning today, or last night actually, and including all previously purchased tickets. Proceeds from the weekend's 50-50 raffles will also go to support relief efforts. You can also join Jen Lowry and his family to help raise money for hurricane relief by donating to youcaring.com/Lowry. The Lowrys will match the $25,000 goal.
So it is the 7th inning from the Coliseum, game 1 of the doubleheader. A's leading 6-1, so they're trying to make it 2 in a row over the Astros after the walk-off win last night. So Fisher to lead it off. Fisher, Marisnick, and Stassi. Daniel Gossett's done a good job tonight. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Sitting at 94 pitches. Fastball up and away, and it's 2-0. Dole on the left, Coulomb on the right. And now it's 2-1 to Fisher, who has hit a fly ball to left field, and he is grounded to first.
For Daniel Gossett, it should be his goal to have a 1-2-3 7th inning and take the lead of 6-1 into the dugout, turn it over to the bullpen, and be happy with trying to get his 4th win.
So 2-2 the count.
Okay, but 100 pitch mark is kind of the one that everybody looks at, but I'd say extend them because they've got to feel good to walk off after an inning versus during an inning. If a pitcher can do that, it makes it really a special day for him.
Misses with a breaking ball, so 3-2. Only run for the Astros was Alex Bregman's RBI double in the 5th. It scored Stassi. And it's a leadoff walk.
Well, so much for my philosophy.
Yeah.
Because
your idea wasn't terrible. So Dole is coming in.
He wants to win, and he's going to do whatever he has to.
But all in all, a very good outing for Daniel Gossett in his 15th start this year. The Astros, new pitchers Ryan Dahl. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. So 6+ innings for Gossett. 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So that's good performance by Gossett. And here's Marisnick. So Ryan Dole appears for the 40th time. ERA of 5.23. Couple of wins, couple of losses. Stassi to follow. Blocked nicely by Fegley. Ryan Dole inherits 1 runner here in the 7th inning. He has stranded 14 of 16 inherited runners, so that's a very good number. Cool continues to throw. Marisnick with that open stance, slightly open, closes it up, swings and misses, 1 and 2.
Now with a very good fastball, just elevated to Marisnick. He also has a hard slider, throwing a changeup more. Pitch that he developed a little bit more last year and using it more effectively this year.
Grounded to third. Scooped up by Chapman. Out at second, on to first. Double play. So 5-4-3 double play. 2 away here in the 7th.
Hit it to the right man. The way Chapman has been playing third. Little scoop to Jed Lowry across the bag. We've got a very fast runner in Marisnick with a round the horn double play. Hit hard, but there's the start right there. Good throw from Chapman. Very, very good way to get 2 quick outs, and especially with a fast runner like Marisnick.
More action for Chapman. Throws across in time. Stassi's retired, and so are the Astros. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum. 6-1 A's lead the Stros. Bottom of the 7th inning. Make sure you join us a little bit later this afternoon as this doubleheader continues. We'll have game 2. It'll be Peacock and Migden. That's your pitching matchup. You can also stream the A's on the go with NBCSportsCalifornia.com and the NBC Sports app. So those guys, they're having a good time. Is that the group that was eaten before?
Yes, they were.
They're going to hang around for a while in game 2. I do not foresee them making it all the way to the end of game 2. I could be completely wrong. The boa around the neck, though, looks good.
And not Larry, huh?
No, it's not Larry.
Not Larry Boa.
Chapman, Powell, and Figley here in the bottom of the 7th. Chapman is 1 for 3 with a RBI triple. Games of importance tonight. The Angels will be at the Mariners again. Haney for the Angels, Albers for the Mariners. And the Twins will be at Kansas City. Barrios and Junis. Barrios, the fine rookie for the Twins, looking for his 13th win. So the Twins continue to surprise everybody. Gonzalez has it. He throws, and they just get the speedy Chapman one away. Minnesota Twins are 7 games over 500.
Now batting center fielder, number 3.
They played great on the road. They're 39 and 30 on the road. And they got a shot to make the postseason. How about that? Here's Boog Powell, who's had a good ball game. Singled and scored in the 2nd. Was robbed of a hit in the 4th. Doubled and scored in the 6th, but he's going to be retired here in the 7th on a ground out. So 2 outs for Fegley.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Josh Fegley.
First pitch to Fegley is in for a strike. Fegley a walk and a couple of ground outs. Full shift on for Fegley with Altuve playing over on the left side. One game going on in the National League right now. The Brewers are beating the Cubs again. It's 15-0 at Wrigley Field. Raymond Juan starts to throw a lefty. 15-0. If the Brewers hang on and win that, they'll be 3 out. Fegley rips one down the left field line. Fegley hustling for second, and he's got his first hit. So the 9th hit of the afternoon for the Athletics.
Stole a curveball on the end of the bat, towards the end of the bat, but over to jump by Bregman. Josh Fegley rewarded for a great game behind the plate with a 2-out double. So we said, what's wrong with your hand, man? You got the tape on it.
I think he was genuinely curious what that was.
Yeah. Oh. Come on, Brent, run. Let's see, 20, 19, 18, made the dirt. Hi, how you doing? I got to head back now. It's 15 seconds. And let's go. DJ, don't be talking to the hitter. Pay attention to the clock. Now, Brent's going to stay out there.
Well, the clock's at 0.
Yeah.
And everybody's just standing there.
Yeah.
DJ Rayburn has not moved.
Yeah,
he's
he's
still at
talking
home
to Simeon.
plate.
Simeon said, why don't you go out and talk to the pitcher?
He's still talking. Yeah,
Look at
he's
it.
going to wipe home plate.
You got to be kidding me. Just delete the clock. Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's bad umpiring.
Well, it's horrible. That's the manager has to yell. And I mean, Brent Strom just wants his pitcher to get loose, and he's going to stay there until he's told to leave. Yeah, Sam, you're the crew chief. There's a clock out there. Pay attention. But, you know, the pitching coach is going to stay. Why not? You stay until somebody tells you to move.
Trying to give his reliever time.
And it's okay till Rayburn bent over and wiped home plate with.
Yeah, that was important. 1-0 to Marcus Semien, trying to get Fegley home.
And they want to speed up, pace the game. We just watched.
I'm not sure they do.
No, I don't think so either.
Two 2-0. Marcus Semien a double, 2 walks, and reached on an error. A good game out of that leadoff spot. He is yet to be retired. And now it's 3-0. Astros pitchers have walked 6 today.
Swing 3-0 again, Marcus, because the lefty's going to come in and face Matt Joyce.
And that one's not close. 4 pitch walks, 7 walks. And here comes A.J. Hinch. And he's going to go to the lefty. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
A chance to get involved in the A's new ballpark plans. Visit oaklandballpark.com, where you get a voice in the shaping of the ballpark plan in Oakland. Be rooted in Oakland starts with you, so help us by visiting oaklandballpark.com today. Wow. Is that one of the Stomper 50s? I know, that's the mural downtown. I know, that's one that Dave Cabell got up on the scaffold or something and signed it.
Braver than I.
That's a lot braver than me.
Ramin Goudoin is the left-handed pitcher who's taken over. He is the 4th pitcher of the ball game. Goudoin does not have a win or a loss. ERA of 5.5.
And this pinch hitting effort by Chad Pinder might be more of what happened to Matt Joyce when he crossed home plate. Great job by the guys with him grabbing his right leg, the back of it, up towards the upper part of the hamstring.
So the first pitch to Pinder is fouled straight back. So Pinder hitting for Joyce here in the 7th inning. All started with 2 outs. Fegley doubled, and then Semien with the walk. So Hoyt goes an inning and a third. Gives him 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. The count. Clippard walked 3. Hoyt walked a batter. So the Astros bullpen in the first 2 games in this series has not been very good. Now give up 9 runs in the series. Pinder hits one toward right center. Springer's over there and he makes the catch. A couple of runners stranded for the A's. We're moving to the 8th inning. 6-1 Athletics. It's the top of the 8th inning. Ryan Dole's going to stay out there. Dole got a double play and then a ground out in the 7th inning. He came on with a runner aboard and nobody out, so he did a good job in the 7th. Back out there in the 8th. He'll face Springer, Bregman, and Altuve.
You see, he only threw 5 pitches and getting the double play and the ground out. Sometimes we see guys will pitch 1 inning and then leave, but in the case of Doe, Spender stays in the game in right field.
That's a strike to Springer, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. He struck out, walked, and hit a fly ball to right field. Springer 2 for 5 in the series. Shallow center, and it's going to be Lowry who hustles out there to make the catch.
Now Daniel Gossett today very good as he's trying to pick up his 4th win. Good curveball to start the game with Springer. A good curveball getting Correa. Curveball was working very well for him. Also stuck a fastball by Correa for strike 3 with the runners 2nd and 3rd. This is a big inning here. Got the 1-3 with Altuve, and then would strike out Correa with an 0-2 fastball. One of the better innings for Daniel Gossett, and overall pitching very well. So his game against the Giants over there, pitched well, and unfortunately optioned to AAA, comes back, and those are his numbers for today with the 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Career high in strikeouts, and a good one, especially with Correa's 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs.
1-1 to Bregman. Bregman has knocked in the Astros' only run. Did that with a double in the 5th inning. Fouls it right back to the screen. Got a fastball a little bit up. Blue Jays and the Tigers are playing. They're almost finished in Toronto. 2 teams disappointing seasons. Tigers leading 5-2 in the 9th. I take that back. The Blue Jays are leading the Tigers 5-2 in the 9th. That one's down the left field line. Foul pole and foul. So very close down that left field line.
Had it all the way.
Yep.
So the ball pass in front of the foul pole. Fair pole, foul pole, it pole.
Fair foul it is. And Bregman tries to hold up, can't do it. And he disagrees with DJ Rayburn, but Rayburn said you went around.
Yeah, there's the hard slider, and Bregman, while it was called, I mean, most guys would like to see the first or third base umpire making the call. Fegley points to first. See that little loop of the bat, and I don't know if DJ Rayburn saw it, but I think if he had deferred to first base, maybe it should have been called a strike. But regardless, it was.
So with 2 outs, Altuve hits with the bases empty. He's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. 94 miles an hour for Dahl. A's bullpen is quiet, and the Astros bullpen is quiet. A's will have an off day on Monday. All the pitchers that each team has. Shouldn't be a problem. Second game of the doubleheader, and then tomorrow. Astros will not have a day off. They will play the Angels down in Anaheim Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Road trip coming up for the Athletics. 3-city stop at Boston, at Philadelphia, at Detroit. Come home to play the Rangers, Mariners, and then finish at the Rangers. That's it. Not much left. At the end of today, just 20 games left.
I like the way you said at the end of the day.
The day.
That day, because there is another away goal.
Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Good inning for Dahl. Gets a couple of strikeouts. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It'll be Lowry, Davis, and Olsen. 6-1 A's lead. Toyota dealers 1-5-2 for the Astros, 6-9-0 for the Athletics. So yeah, plenty of offense for the A's today. So 6 runs and 9 hits today. Last night the A's had 9 runs and 14 hits. So they swung the bats very well in this series. And they come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Lowry, Davis, and Olsen against Ramin Goudouin. Fastball at 95 is a bit high. So again, stay with us after this game ends. They're telling us it should be about 30 minutes or so between games 1 and 2. Lowry drives one to left field. That's hit pretty well. Fisher's back. Fisher turns around and it's off the wall. And Lowry's going to have a double.
Another one. Time now for the Jeep drive of the game. It is not Jed Lowry's double to left field. Instead, it is Chris Davis. A breaking ball with the bases loaded. Turns out to be a big 2-run single. And Chris Davis with RBIs number 100 and 101 with one swing of the bat. So congratulations to Chris Davis, second consecutive season to get at least 100 runs batted in. And still plenty of baseball remaining. So KD, a very good season. As you see the bullpen getting loose. And Jed Lowry with just another double. What a shock.
So here is Chris Davis. He's 2 for 4. First pitch a strike. Davis has 2 singles and 2 RBI. So he's over the 100 RBI mark. Back-to-back 100 RBI seasons. The last 3 times it's been done. Tejada, Chavez, and Chris Davis. Chris Davis still has a fair amount of games to play. So he's going to add to that total. That double, by the way, for Lowry was double number 43. He's chasing Jose Ramirez from the Indians. Ramirez has 47.
Ramirez gets about 3 or 4 games. Huh?
Yeah, and you know what? Starting to hear his name kind of creep into the MVP conversation. How much of a chance he is, but he's been terrific.
Well, winning makes a big difference, and especially being that part of the country, and see what the Indians continue to do with this streak. You never know.
So 2-2 to Davis. So the doubles update for Jed Lowry. Most doubles in a season in Oakland history. Giambi has the record, 47 in 2001. And you see Lowry's chasing him, so he's got a good shot.
I've said it before, but I always think about John Olerud, who could hit the ball, he had power, but he had a lot of doubles. Line to line, gap to gap. He's swinging at a high fastball, expanding his zone a little bit with a couple of strikes, 3-2 count.
So for the A's, that's the 10th time they have struck out in this game.
28. Matt Olson.
So here's Olson for his 5th at bat.
The walks you had mentioned, the A's fortunately in the 6th inning, they had 2 walks in the inning. Both came around to score. That was on the Chris Davis 2-run single because one of them scored. Actually, a walk also to Lowry walked in a run. Taking advantage of the wildness a little bit by Tyler Clippard.
Lowry's going to hustle over to third.
That's a good way to get him there. Rare time today that Max Sassie's not blocked the ball. Good heads up base running by Jed Lowry, and he gets to third. Infield will come in now. Off his chest protector, but that's heads up base running and secondary lead by Lowry to be able to get him to third.
A little bit outside. Olson's got 2 hits today. Double, walk, single, fly ball to left field. So his batting average up to 261.
You know, as hard as he hits the ball, I don't know if I'd want to be playing in.
No, it wouldn't be that much fun.
I might do a little Matador Olay if a ball's hit close, because Matt Olson can put a charge in the one.
Well, now it's 3-0. One all over the place.
Bob Melvin say to the young man, give him the green light, although Ryan Healy in the on deck circle. And no activity in the bullpen for the Astros, so it looks like the lefty will face Healy.
And that pitch is high. Walk number 8 by Astros pitchers.
If Chris Davis had taken the pitch that he swung at, it'd be bases loaded because of walks.
So here's Healy.
Now batting designated hitter, number 25, Ryan Healy.
So Healy steps up. Healy's had a tough day. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Maybe an RBI single will make him feel better.
Base hit to right field. Since they're giving him the whole right side of the infield, just pitch him out there and go that way with it.
Comes inside with a fastball, does Guzman. Healy was 72 runs batted in. So Brett Strum's coming out.
He's going to run this time.
Chat with his left-hander who's lost the strike zone a little bit. Clock is on 22-21.
Gives Raymond another opportunity to get out on the playing field and let everybody see him there. And Strom. Countdown is on. See, DJ Rayburn getting the second game off, so he should be running out to the mound.
You would think.
Yeah. Say, hey, you know, I'm a short timer here. Our boy Greg Gibson's getting ready for second game, probably behind the plate.
Healy waits on a 2-0. And now it's 3-0.
Whatever you said, Brent. It seemed to help him.
Guan's pitches are getting worse. There's your pitch breakdown. It's not great. And that one's high. So now the bases are loaded.
It's like he's losing his release point.
You think?
Now batting third baseman.
Well, we know one thing. Brent Strom cannot go to the mound again because with nobody loosening up.
You know what, Ray? You've been doing color for a long time, and you've had some awesome color commentary moments where you just see things that nobody else sees. That may have been your greatest comment.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's
look
beautiful.
You know, Brett probably went out in that 20 seconds and said, "You're it, brother." Yeah. I mean, we're not going to have anybody else.
You have to find your release point.
Overcompensated. Stassi said, "I've been sitting there enjoying the day, and all of a sudden, our catcher gets one off the helmet. I'm in the game."
So 1-0 the count. That one is eased in there for a strike. So 1-1 to Chapman. Still only 1 out. Chapman skies one, foul territory. Quite hustling over, but it bounces in the dugout.
Well, this is why Max Stassi's in the game and why Juan Centeno did not get a plate of appearance. It crashed right on the top of the helmet and had to come out of the game. And the follow through by Jed Lowry. Well, for catchers, I know most, if not all, catchers wear helmets, and that's why you do it. But even with the helmet, had to leave the game. We hope he's all right.
1-2 pitch. Good take by Chapman. Now the count 2-2. Here's your runners: Lowry, Olson, and Healy. Not close. 3-2.
I'd say a pretty good idea. Look, fastball.
Yeah.
And
be ready.
Try to zone in because you want to help him out.
And the fastball is high, and Guiguan walks in a run. Chapman will take the RBI, and it's 7-1. Still only one out.
Now batting center fielder.
So 10 walks now by Astros pitchers. They walked 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, and 3 in the eighth. That's not that good. Pitch to Powell is very high.
I think this is the time you say enough fastballs. How about some other pitch you might have, you know, just to try to change it up, because his release point when his fastball is not existent.
And that one is just a little bit low.
You know, Brent Strong, they're looking at the dugout as if it might be a position player. Who knows? Maybe they don't want to burn another pitcher.
Well, this is a tough spot for them because you do not have anybody up right now.
Well,
I mean, listen, he could be out there a while. I mean, well, he's not close to throwing a strike.
No, he's not. And you know, it's all fastballs. And the old saying about he's going to fall. I mean, they got plenty of pitchers, so they shouldn't have to use a position player. But the way he was looking at the dugout, looking for volunteers, you know, Reddick's going to say yes, but they've got plenty pitchers. Plenty of lockers in the clubhouse. Yeah, I think they have 38 players that are here.
And Michael Phillies is probably really excited about this outing. Strike on the inside corner. So count is full.
Yeah, that's Davis. He is a position player.
Right.
Yeah.
Young third baseman.
Yeah, he has pitched in the game.
Now fouls it straight back. So 7-1, the A's lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That pitch is low. So Powell will get an RBI as Olson trots home, and now it's 8-1.
It looked like that time he even tried to throw another pitch, or he just squeezed the ball so much that it was out of the strike zone. Kind of feel badly because you lose your release point, and you know, tough call for a manager to
19, Josh Bagley.
to decide. You want to try to get out of the mess, and the worst thing probably is to say, I want to bring a position player in because I don't want to burn another pitcher. I'm checking to see what Davis throws.
It's a strike to Fegley. So 4 consecutive hitters have been walked by Guiguan.
That's something. Even the position player gets a cup of water at the bullpen.
Fastball is high.
I'd say if he doesn't get this hitter out, we may see a position play.
And as a hitter, you don't want to be the guy that makes it out.
No. With the position player, this guy, or either guy, but he's not close.
Nope. So 36 pitches for Ramin Gudwan. It's a strike. So 3-2. Back by Fegley.
Yeah, Gudwan came in last inning, got Pender to fly out with runners at first and second and 2 outs. In this inning, gives up an opposite field double, strikes out Davis on a high fastball, and then walk for 5 consecutive batters. Six.
So Fegley will take the RBI. Healy trots home. A.J. Hinch is coming out. So we got a pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair expert. So it's 9-1. The A's lead. 1 out, bases loaded. We've had 5 consecutive walks. Olson, Healy, Chapman, Powell, Fegley. So it's a position player. J.D. Davis. He's got a good ERA. He's pitched 1 inning. That was on the 29th of August against Texas. That's when these two teams, or the Rangers and the Astros, played the series in St. Petersburg.
I just wonder if Adam Roden had any video on him from that game that he could offer a scouting report.
No question.
You know,
Adams the best in the business.
Yeah. And I didn't see Marcus Semien going over to Darren Bush. Say, what's he throw?
Straight.
AJ hits and the Astros hopes strikes. I feel bad for Guzman because that's just a
that's a bad.
That's
feeling.
a horrible feeling, you know, just to not be able to throw a fastball for a strike and walk after walk.
And the first pitch, 91 miles an hour for a strike.
And a gift strike.
J.D. Davis and Matt Chapman were college teammates, so we know how strong of an arm Chapman has. So their college coach, he had a few good arms to go to if he needed to close out a game. It's a good pitch.
Good form by the this position player, third baseman. I mean, the first pitch was a strike, was a gift. This one is a better pitch, was all the ball.
DJ Raymer has picked a bad time to have a tight strike zone. So 2-2 the count.
You have to figure, just look fastball, because I don't know that you want a position player to start thinking about a wrinkle. We saw Canseco blow out his elbow with an knuckleball. I see Chapman's throwing 100. This kid only throws 91. Got another 3-2 count.
So the 3-2 pitch, here it is, and it's a swing and a miss. And that pitch right there was pretty darn good. It had some late movement.
Oh, am I good or what?
This pitch, that's nasty.
Yeah. It slings the ball, but you can see the two-seam action on it.
So how about these numbers, Ray? The A's have struck out 11 times and received 12 walks. And there's a strike.
Jeez. All of a sudden, the strike zone's getting a little wide. And as a position player, the last thing you want to do is what Marcus Semien did and what Chad Pinder is hoping he doesn't do. It's like Sean Doolittle. Just ran back throwing fastballs. That's it.
So 0-2 the count to Pinder. Lines one foul the other way. Heads up. Game one of a doubleheader. Just missed.
It's called a strike before.
And now the count 2-2. Team record for walks in a 9-inning game is 13 by the Astros. They got 12 today. A bouncer foul right up over the tarp.
But if Davis walks the bat, would it count? Because he's a position player?
Sure.
But is he considered a pitcher, though?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's on the bump. He's on the mound. Fortunately for him, he's thrown nothing but fastballs. Fortunately for the Astros.
Foul straight back. Good fastball by Davis. Looks like a pitcher. And now the count is full.
Jet Lowry doubled to start this inning.
Hang in there, guys. Astros usually look better than this, guys. So 3-2. Pitches foul back, so Pinder is protecting. Joey Wendell has come out into the on-deck circle.
10th pitch coming up in the at-bat. That boy, Chad. Seen nothing but fastballs.
They're ready.
They didn't get the memo. It's a doubleheader.
That's true. Could be an interesting second game. And that one misses outside, and another run comes in for the Athletics as Chapman will score.
And Chad Pinder just breathes a sigh of relief that on the 10th pitch he walked.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics. Batting for Jet Lowry, number 52, Joey Wendell.
So 13 walks now by the Astros, ties a team record for 9. That was J.R. Richard facing the Giants in '75. So here's Joey Wendell. So he'll hit for Lowry. And he lines one to left, and that's a base hit. Powell comes in to score. So Joey Wendell rips a base hit to left field.
Fastball up. Nice little swing from Joy and goes opposite field. That familiar number 52 for Joey Wendell.
Left fielder, number 2, Chris.
Jet Lowry said, I'm not going to hit against the pitcher, our position player. Started the inning with a double, and Joey Wendell steps in his spot, gets a base hit.
So the A's have scored 5 times here in the bottom of the 8th inning to lead 11-1. They still have the bases loaded. And Castro's, he's ready to go. Six walks in this inning and 13 in the game. This half inning has taken 28 minutes.
Game 1.
Game 1. Unbelievable. First pitch to Davis, down and away.
You know what happens to a position player who's unaccustomed to pitching? While he may do very well when he comes in, but then as he tires, because it's on the legs, on the arm, and he overthrows a little bit, and
he's already thrown 18 pitches.
Yeah, and you know, to see the lack of consistency after he first came in. Now he's overthrown a little bit.
That one in for a strike.
Dropped about 3 miles per hour also, but just to ease it in. Just a lot of inherited runners scored for him, but not one of his own so far.
And now it's 2-1.
Have you seen anything but a fastball? just a little two-seamer, but as far as everything being straight or a fastball.
That's a strike. 2-2. The Astros have 13 relievers. And before Davis, they used 3 of them: Clippard, Hoyt, and Goudreau.
That is surprising.
It is a little surprising. I agree with that.
They couldn't have somebody come in and get a couple of outs. Slider. A wrinkle to it. The late Sparky Anderson was very reluctant to ever use a position player, no matter what. I know a lot of managers in that category where they'll figure that, you know, even in a blowout, you have reliever pitch 1 inning, and in most cases, you're looking at least 7 relief pitchers.
So now the count is full again.
He's not even watching the game. He's got his back to the game. He's looking at the parking lot.
He's like,
the seagull. That's it. Just give me the final out. Let me see what I can do.
Three-2 pitch, and Davis swings and misses. He strikes out. So the inning comes to an end with the A's scoring 5 runs. So it's 11-1 after 8.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So 11-1, the A's lead in game 1 of the doubleheader. It's the top of the 9th as Simone Castro will take over, get the final 3 outs. Get the A's their 2nd consecutive win over the first place Astros. So Castro facing Carlos Correa. There's the numbers for Simone Castro: 1 and 2 with a 3.38 ERA. Up and away. A few changes. Mark Canha stays in the game, or comes into the game. He's in left field. Joey Wendell had the base hit, so he takes over at second base. Daniel Migden, he's ready to go.
Well, you know, he has a long time. I don't know if 30 minutes is going to be enough for him, because he usually is out for an hour. I'm surprised he's not out in the outfield already, starting to loosen up.
He will get the start in game 2 against Brad Peacock. Slider and a good one. As Correa knew it. So Correa 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So that is out number 1. Coming up, A's post-game live presented by State Farm. Jim Cosmore, Shooty Batt, and Dave Stewart are standing by. They will take care of everything in between games 1 and 2 of this doubleheader, and then we'll join you right before first pitch for game 2. Strike to Marwin Gonzalez, who is 1 for 3. Just 5 hits in the ball game for the Astros. A's have had 5 bases loaded walks today. That ties the Oakland single game record. Right, Jed Lowry walked with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. And then 4 in the 8th inning. Pops just in and out of the glove of Fegley. Good 2 innings from Ryan Dull. No hits, no runs, a couple of strikeouts. Gonzalez lays off, so the count 2-2. Tyler White will be next here in the top of the 9th inning.
Since Davis is a pitcher in a DH, he doesn't even get to hit.
Nope. Another good take by Gonzalez. And the 3-2 pitch is inside. He walked him. So that's 4 walks issued by A's pitchers in this game.
Now batting, number 13, Tyler White.
17 walks combined. Unbelievable. So here's Tyler White. He had a double in the 4th inning. He's also struck out and grounded out. Strike on the outside corner.
DJ Rayburn will be looking forward to the second game.
Yeah, you know what? He deserves it. Yeah. Pitchers have not made it easy on him today.
By the time the second game begins, the shadows will be over home plate. Approaching on Rickey Henderson Field logo on behind home plate. And there they come. Smells like pizza in here, okay?
I hope so. There's a strike. 1 and 2 the count.
It's what you've been waiting for between games, right?
That's right.
Pizza, pizza.
These walks are killing the pizza thing. That's all right.
Well, that's
at least the A's are receiving the walks.
Yeah, exactly. When that Seagull turned his back to the field, we knew we were in trouble.
That was it.
Yeah, that was the topper.
Actually,
Seagull would rather look at the parking lot than at this game. There he goes.
Said a lot.
And they have no clue that they're going to be so energetic on the field and realize why are these people still here. And then all of a sudden, here comes the second game.
Reach for by White.
So disappointed. For the Astros, who are trailing in this game by a score of 11-1, they can look at this game just like they're going to look at October the 1st when the season's over. They're going to win the division, and they're going to say it's all over and this is new.
Throw to first, not quite in time, so the A's get the out at second base. No fielder's choice for Tyler White. So that'll bring up Fisher.
Number 21, Derek Fisher.
So final hope for the Astros. Castro trying to finish it off. Fisher is 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th inning. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. See who's in the lineup for the Astros in game 2. Gurriel not playing, McCann not playing, Beltran not playing. Correa was the DH. Reddick not playing. Maben not playing, so I would imagine they'll all be in there.
I think in the second game you're going to see their representative lineup. I think Bregman's even going to start the second game. And if that's the case, you'll probably have their lineup that they will feature in the first game of the division series.
Swing and a miss. Castro strikes out Derek Fisher, and that's the ball game. So the A's have taken the first 2 games of this series from the Houston Astros, and today in game 1 of the doubleheader, they defeat Houston by a final score of 11-1. So all in all, and granted the game got a little ugly the last couple innings, but another good offensive performance by the Athletics, even with even with the walks in the late innings. But even if you look at the first 6 innings of this game, some good at-bats thrown out by the Athletics. So that's a good sign after what they did last night. And they come back tonight and score 11 more runs.
And a win is a win. And no matter how you go about getting it, and A's showing a lot of patience, especially to get the number of walks that they received in the game. And, you know, they're beating a pretty good club, and I don't care who's out there for the Astros. They have a lot of players to put out there, but they're still a very good team. And I think in the second game we're going to see more of a representative team that we've seen in the past throughout the 5 months. We're going to see it in the second game, or at least probably expect to.
But you know what we've seen from the A's in the first couple of games of this series, Ray, is production from the bottom of the A's lineup, and a lot of that has to do with Boog Powell, and Boog is standing by. We're going to do a quick interview with the A's center fielder. Boog, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. We just talked about what you guys are doing from the bottom of the order. You got 4 hits and have scored 5 runs in this series. How important is it to get stuff going from the bottom of the order?
I just try to get on base, and if I'm not hitting leadoff, I'm in the 9-hole, or today 8-hole, and I got great hitters behind me, and I'm just trying to get on base, and they've been hitting me in.
You know, one of the things you did last night, you hit a breaking ball mistake on a 2-strike. You hit a home run to tie the game. But today, opposite field. How much you concentrate on what you did today versus last night where you just reacted to hit a home run to tie the game?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away the whole time. I'm just trying to hit line drives to left center field. And like yesterday, he pumped 2 heaters at me and then threw that slider right where I like it, and it ended up going out.
Hey, Boog, in today's game, you were walk number 4 of 5 consecutive walks in that 8th inning against Goudouin. How difficult is it when you're standing in there? Listen, the guy, he did not know where his pitches were going, but tell us what's kind of going through your mind when you step in the box against a guy where he's walked 3 straight already.
For me, I mean, he's throwing really hard, and I'm just trying to see as many pitches as I can and hopefully walk. But yeah.
And that's what happened, and you were part of a very interesting 8th inning. But you know what, we're going to let you get back to the clubhouse, grab something to eat. Boog, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, so Boog Powell, he's had a good series, Ray. He scored 5 runs hitting at the bottom of the order.
You know, the best part he said was reacting on the home run last night, but thinking about the opposite field. That's smart for a player who's probably not going to hit 25 or 30, hits a mistake, ties the game, but goes back to the normal way of hitting opposite field.
All right, so an opportunity for a sweep for the A's as they win game 1 of the doubleheader. Time of game was 3 hours and 42 minutes. Time now for Ace Post Game Live, brought to you by State Farm. It's Co's Shooty and Stew. Take it away.